And without further ado, welcome to another episode of the Pro Crastinators podcast. It's Ben Saint, and we got Give and Take.
Hey.
And we got Tom Oliver is back from the grave.
Rise from your grave.
Rise from your grave.
That classic Altered Beast for the Sega Genesis. The best console of the 90s.
Shut the fuck up. It's the SNES, you
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Eh.
It's the Super Famicom.
Sorry, there are these
bits,
there are these-
colors,
there are
16
these
billion
magazine
colors.
advertisements that told me that Sega does what Nintendo don't, and I believe my superiors when they market to me. So
That's not true. No. Gaming, the best game ever made was a Secret of Mana for the Super Nintendo, and it was all downhill from there.
Nah.
You'll never change my mind.
Why didn't you review it then, huh? Why didn't you show me?
You are too your old 3D graphics are too fucking modern for me. They are zoomer shit. The shit you like is dumb, and it's too high tech.
you got reject modernity 3D graphics, embrace tradition, Secret of Mana.
It's like reject modernity, and it's like PlayStation Banjo-Kazooie or Crash Bandicoot. It's like reject modernity, embrace tradition. Yeah, like only 5 years apart from each other.
That's all it takes.
Where you been, Tom? What you been up to?
I've just been dying
shit
internally. And playing too many video games. I beat all of Ghost of Tsushima. Man, that was a fun game. That was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, talk about that, because I saw that in the Game Awards when because I'm stupid and I watched that. I saw some of the cutscenes. I was like, hey, that looks not bad. I wonder what that is.
It's the newest game by Sucker Punch, which I'm sure you're aware of. They did the Sly Cooper series.
They did.
Then they did Infamous for the PS3 and PS4, and this is the game they've been working on for the last like 5 or 6 years or whatever. It's like an open world samurai game, and it's really fun, and I enjoyed it a lot. It got past it like sinks into a lot of like the open world kind of bullshit where it's just like go to this camp and kill people and like do that a bunch of times. But like the side quests are pretty good because like instead of having a bunch of random side quests, you meet like 4 supporting characters and they have like a long quest that's like 10 parts each as you go through the campaign. There's like these mini campaigns with these characters going along on side of it. So they feel a little bit more substantive than just like go here, do a quick thing and like tick the box off your map. And it was cool. The combat was fun. You have like different stances to fight different kind of weapons and the skill tree is cool. And you're a samurai, so you can like challenge people to showdowns and kill them in one hit if you time everything right. Yeah. I was thinking about him the entire time. We now know the samurai's name. It's Jin Sakai. That's who's been calling us this whole time. I figured it out.
Is it like Japanese The Witcher?
Pretty much. If The Witcher was like had way better combat, it was more fun to play moment to moment. Because like you can choose to be a samurai guy, or you can be like a dishonorable ninja guy and reject your samurai code and murderously backstab people and poison people and just do whatever dirty tactics you have to like kill the Mongol invaders. And it's really fucking cool.
How
That's
like
what happens
true
when you
to
embrace
life.
modernity.
How true to life is it? Because samurai were like.
It's true to
primarily
my life.
bowmen.
It's true to my lived experience, 100%.
Like they samurai as far as I understand, they like had bows and they would ride on horses and they would shoot from afar and only bring their sword out when it was like close.
You can ride a horse
traditionally
and shoot bows.
Good.
In fact, I mainly used bows because it was so much more fun to just snipe people from afar and then clean up what was left after you've exhausted your arrows and stuff. That was pretty cool. And there's like armor sets that give you bonuses to like using bows and stuff. Because there's like, you go around, you find these like storytellers, these like musician guys who are like telling like fables of like ancient artifacts of like legendary warriors from Tsushima's past. And you can like track down those locations and get like mythic level armor of like these like legendary heroes from hundreds of years ago. That's pretty fucking cool.
Sounds just like my favorite video game, Mario 1.
No.
The best
video
the best thing is
games.
like this game is like super colorful, but like because it's a love letter to Kurosawa movies, there's a Kurosawa mode that turns it like grainy black and white, like an old movie, and that's pretty cool.
Kurosawa,
That's
yes.
pretty cool. Yeah,
It's
That's
pretty
nice.
dope. It's pretty based. I liked it a lot.
If it's inspired
Is
by
it-
that, then it's
Is it
gotta be
better or
good.
worse? Is it better or worse than Cyberpunk 2077?
Well, I haven't played Cyberpunk, but I'm gonna assume probably better than it is in its current state. Even though I secured a 3060 Ti, so I do have a good enough graphics card to play it. I just haven't yet.
The only thing I know about Cyberpunk, aside from glitches, is that one like funny video where somebody like made it so there's the guy on the train and he's like, something something Cyberpunk, and then it reveals and like the title comes up as like shitty PS1 like low resolution background, and it stutters and then it crashes. You know
Yeah,
that
like the No Man. So
that
you're
funny
talking
little-
about the No Man's
I
Sky
haven't seen that.
redo thing that they did, where like, because like they originally did this with No Man's Sky, but then they like redid it on Twitter for like Cyberpunk, because like the reveal from like the E3 trailer to the actual game is like totally different. It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. The music seems
and-
cool. That's like the best part of the game so far, from what little I understand, is that the soundtrack's pretty dope.
No,
best part of the game is not the video game part.
Yeah. It's weird, like what bothers me
Wait,
the
are you
most.
talking about Tsushima or Cyberpunk now?
Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Okay.
The soundtrack in Tsushima was serviceable, but not like outstanding. There's no like particular track I remember. It's funny because like the advertising campaign for like Cyberpunk has been like Keanu Reeves like, what defines a criminal in Night City? Getting caught. I'm like, that's just the real world. Like you can do whatever crimes you want as
Yeah.
long as you don't get caught.
That's true.
You're not
That's
charged with a
true.
crime unless you're caught. Like this is a dumb
Great-
campaign.
Great
Please stop.
commentary.
Yeah,
Great
yeah, yeah.
commentary there.
I'm just like, Ben shoplifted multiple times. He's not a criminal yet.
Have I admitted that?
Yeah.
Have I admitted that on
On
the show
podcast,
before?
yes, you
have.
Did you just out me? Okay.
No, you had, remember you
Okay.
talked about it like last year and had like a mini crisis. Like, should we cut this? Should we cut this? And then you're like, fuck it.
No. I think you're conflating two times. I think there was one time when I did talk about it, and then afterwards I was like, no, cut that. We gotta cut that. And then I think later on we talked about it again, and I said like, last time I said cut it, but this time I don't care anymore.
Maybe.
I thought the first time was like really early on in the PCP.
It was pretty
Yeah.
early.
It was a long time ago. Things have changed. Ben's been radicalized.
Radicalized hardcore. Now shoplifting's a badge of honor. Nothing to be ashamed of.
I was shoplifting before it was cool. Speaking of music and video games, I just why is Pokemon Black and White 2 just the best game ever made? I think I was listening to I was looking for some good like video game OSTs, and I like was like looking on like Reddit because I like Googled question like underrated video game soundtracks, and I got a bunch of like Reddit threads that were the results, and I like was just going through a bunch of the results, and Black and White 2 has the best music in any video game ever made, and also the best graphics, and just is the best game period, hands down. Not Pokemon peaked there, and so did gaming in general. I know I said it was Secret of Mana, but that was a red herring.
That was a secret.
That was a trick. God, it's so fucking good. Oh man, the way just gonna gush for a second. Just the way that when you get to that the music changes when you're fighting a gym leader and they get down to their last Pokemon, it shifts from like a tense battle theme to like a triumphant theme. It's so fucking good, man.
That sounds
Black and White 2, the ones where they replace the like annoying beep when your Pokemon's low on HP to like the stressful music, but like
it might
works the
that
beat
sounds
into
like
it. When it,
probably, I don't know, but
that
I
was
think
fucking
that
sick, and I liked that.
sounds
a lot.
like something they would do. Yeah. Oh, and it had the best sprites. It had the best animations. That was right before they decided, you know what, fuck everything. Let's just go 3D now. And that was the downfall. The switch to 3D. The Switch that everyone says, oh, ooh, Mario, this is a Switch to 3D. Oh, it was a big challenge for the video game industry. Well, guess what? They didn't survive it. Video games didn't even survive the transition to 3D.
Video games are a dead medium now. That's true.
There are no real video games anymore. They're dead. They died. They died in 1996 or whatever when the Nintendo 64 came out.
3D did make games mainstream, which did ruin them. So
that's right. Thank you. Yes, we have to go back. We have to reject modernity. Many people are saying this.
Man, I can't wait to get a PS5, guys. It's gonna be so good.
No.
What even video games are on the PS5?
Literally, it's just it's Demon Souls machine again.
Just like the PS4 was just a Bloodborne rig. This is a Demon Souls rig.
It's the only game.
Why?
The best thing about PS5 is that you can play all your PS4 games at 60 frames.
I already played those video games.
I want to play Ghost of Tsushima again at 60 frames per second and no loading.
I want to fucking kill myself.
I can't wait to have something that I can plug in and is a big piece of plastic and metal.
Yeah. I can't wait to consume this content.
I've resisted buying a Nintendo Switch for this long. How could I possibly purchase something so shit as a PS5?
I'm not going to get a PS5 until the slim version comes out because this current one is an ugly monstrosity that I detest.
It looks like.
I think it's kind of cool looking, even if it is.
It is a bit strange. It reminds me of like when you get two Pringles and you put them together so that they curve outwards.
The best thing people have done with a PS5 is someone 3D printed a head of Seto Kaiba and put it on there because it looks like Seto Kaiba's coat from the second arc.
Yeah,
that was the best thing.
Seen something like that.
That almost justifies how ugly it is, but
looks like
not
a
really.
Weird clam thing. No, really though. What fucking video games can you play on the PS5? Are there any?
Literally the only games that anyone should care about right now is the Demon Souls remake and Spider-Man Miles Morales, which is also on PS4 because I bought and beat it on PS4 and played fine.
What the fuck is the point of the 5?
You get no loading times. It's got that SSD.
It's just stupid. It's tradition. This is
so much.
This is the embrace tradition mindset. If you embrace the tradition of creating new consoles, then you get this.
No, this is the modernity. I thought tradition was what we want to go back to.
That's the thing. Sometimes tradition is bad.
Oh God, are you saying that there's nuance to things in the world?
Yes.
There's no.
Oh no.
This is. Wait, are you saying that the PS5 is modernity or tradition?
It's tradition because there's always been a new console cycle.
To iterate, tradition. The tradition is to just endlessly iterate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Follow the cycle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone says that the coolest thing about the PS5 is the new controller because like the trigger buttons have like sensitivity, so you can program like different guns and stuff to like feel different, and like you can have like really effective haptics. So like there's a game that ships with it called Astro's Playground or whatever the fuck it's called, and like depending on whether you're like walking on sand or like metal, like the vibration's different, so it kind of like has a like really expanded sense of tactility to everything you're doing. And everyone's like, this is the coolest thing, this is the best, fuck graphics, this is the coolest shit ever.
Oh, Astro's Playroom?
Yeah, that one.
Oh, I think I saw an article somewhere or a tweet or something that said that like the best thing on the PS5 is this like free demo.
Yeah, that's the one they're talking about.
And like, but it's like the only like launch game that actually makes use of all the weird functionality.
No one else is going to do it except for Sony themselves to convince you didn't just waste $500 because you could only play Demon Souls.
This little guy Astro reminds me of. Did you guys try out the Oculus Rift, right, at Radcon 4?
Yeah, we all played Beat Saber.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you remember the demo when you boot it up, with the little robot?
I didn't play the demo part, so.
No.
Did you see one of us playing it? It's there's a little intro sequence where like you put on the helmet and then you're in this room, this kind of like junky room. And this little robot sort of like wakes up and comes over and like says hello to you and like gives you a bunch of items to like fuck around with and like discs to load into slots to like load data and things.
Interesting.
And, I don't know. It's very cute, and this guy looks like that.
Yeah. God, like if you want to spend multiple hundreds of dollars on a new video game thing, buy a VR set. There's so many games out there that are good for that.
You know, haptic feedback I think is pretty good. That's like a pretty nice that's like a pretty nice feature to build into a game that's like also very unintrusive.
Yeah.
Unlike motion controls,
The
right?
more I
or
start
the
like
bad motion
playing
controls.
video games and thinking about them more critically since I'm making games now, I'm just like haptic feedback is so important to making combat feel good. Every time I play on like mouse and keyboard and there's no haptics, I'm like, this sucks.
I don't.
Mouse
I
and
mean, what kind of
keyboards is
games are you
good
talking
for-
about?
What?
Hmm.
Do you just mean any game?
Like first-person shooters?
Like any game on PC, because like if you're playing with mouse and keyboard on a PC, there's no rumble built into your mouse and keyboard. So like you can shoot something and there's no like force
Okay.
feedback, and it sucks. It's so much better.
It's a weird thing to say to me because like video games thrived before haptic feedback was invented.
Sure, but it's just so much better when you have it. That's my only point.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean,
I
Like when
feel
you're playing like a visceral action game or a shooter or something, and you get like a kickback from like the
I don't
Okay.
necessarily think
in
that
that
it is.
kind of game, I guess
It sells
feel-
the sensation
probably
way
nice.
more.
Are you saying that? Are you saying that like now that you have it, you can't go back to not having it? It doesn't feel the same.
No, I mean it's just categorically better to have it than to not. It doesn't
I-
ruin the
Okay.
experience, but it doesn't
Mm.
detract anything from the experience by having it.
I guess
Okay, that
it
makes
doesn't
sense.
detract anything. I just think you could get basically exactly the same level of like interest through visual cues and like animation and stuff.
I
Like
don't
I'm thinking of
agree.
like Paper Mario, how it feels, or like the Super Mario RPG, how it feels like really good to time the button presses to whack an enemy, and
It
it's
can
like the
definitely
sound
feel
effect
good.
and the animation and stuff.
But like
the way
you could
it's
have
like
all of
pauses
that
for a
and
second.
then controller rumble, and it would be
Yeah,
even better.
like you could have everything that makes that satisfying plus.
I don't know
haptic.
that it would be necessarily even. I don't know. I don't really care. It doesn't bother me that playing TF2 feels just as satisfying with a mouse and keyboard as playing a different game that has the rumble stuff.
I like rumble. I'm putting it in all my games going forward. I've decided. I gave it some
Can you-
thought, and it's good.
Can you do that?
Yeah, you can just like use code like stuff in for rumble and shit like that. You just gotta like make it work.
That's so weird.
How do you think?
Rumble equals yes.
How do you think Sony does it?
I don't fucking know. They have Magic controller proprietary device.
The bourgeois
Control.
controller rumble.
I don't know. They own the means. They own the means of haptic.
Xbox controllers
whatever.
do it. It's
Yeah.
just controllers. They all do it.
Well, what? Okay, yeah. I guess I'm just saying it's. I guess I can understand that there's no reason why an indie dev can't
Well, it's
can't
just
like
like
make use of a first party controller's haptic functionality.
they have
it's
in
just
like
weird.
things like Unity. Like you can say set up a control scheme for an Xbox controller or a and that like
Yeah.
would automatically map to a PlayStation controller.
I hope maybe for mouse and keyboard nerds like me they'll make a mouse with haptic.
Someone
So-
has to have done it. There has to be like a haptic mouse that exists somewhere.
Probably. Now that I say it, it doesn't actually sound that weird.
I could imagine it being like if you did it badly, like if you need precision clicking and then like the rumble makes you move over like
You would probably need to use a special mouse pad or something because if you just use it on your fucking table, it would like a bzz, like rattle your table and it vibrates.
It's a
It'd be
feature,
annoying.
not a bug. In war, when you're shooting, you'd be really nervous and you wouldn't be able to keep your aim steady. So we're just replicating that with force feedback.
Yeah, they should like tape guns to your computer so that when you get shot in the game, it shoots you for real.
That's the ultimate haptic feedback.
Wasn't there a story of someone who like put an IV in them and like it like drained their blood when they took damage in like the game and like, people thought they were crazy?
What the fuck?
That sound. I remember reading that story
No.
like years ago.
What did they think would happen?
They-
Bad things.
They died.
Did they die or like what's the?
I don't remember the end of the
That's-
story. I could very well have made this up, but I'm almost certain I read this at one
It
point.
does
on
sound
the
kind
internet.
of like a nightmare fever dream.
That sounds like a sort of like cryptid thing. I don't want to think about it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it sounds like a pretty gamer moment, you know.
Oh yeah. Oh, very very gamer moment.
I was playing Sonic the Hedgehog and something seemed off. There was an IV feed stabbed into my arm. I didn't think much of it at the time, but I just kept playing.
Every time I lose rings, I just like pull the needle out. My blood sprays everywhere to simulate. The
And I gotta
sensation.
run around and collect all of them. But if I have at least one blood, it's okay.
No blood, please. Keep the blood out of video games, by which I mean drain it entirely out of my body when I play them. Thank you, and good night.
You know, video games is it's not an interesting topic, but
Definitely not interesting.
it's a good
No.
topic because I have recently just been. I think I've talked before about the list of video games that I've made of all the video games on all the platforms that I own, and the ones that I've played, and the ones that I've like beaten to completion. And I've been going through it because I've got like the release dates, and I'm like saying, like, which of the games I played from like 2003 is the best game of that year? And I was thinking of doing like a big, funny, stupid list.
Do it.
And I've got like 2003. Here's a list of the games I played: Aladdin's Maths Quest, The Sims, Ape Escape 2, Rayman 3, Metroid Prime, Donkey Kong Country, Game Boy Advance, Pokemon Sapphire. You know, there's all these Wallace and Gromit in Project Zoo,
Whoa.
Simpsons Hit and Run, Broken Sword, Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, Puzzle Pirates. I just thought, like, I love lists, guys. I like putting lists and games and putting them in order.
It's very.
I'm playing
it's-
with blocks here.
There's like a weird like human desire to like bring order to chaos, you know? Like when you do something that's structured, it feels good. You're just like, yes, I've taken this malformed, chaotic mess and presented it in some sort of like structured way. I've applied human intellect to the chaos that is natural life, and it feels good.
It's just an illusion.
It's totally
You're
an
just
illusion.
you're just fooling yourself.
Sure, but all the pixels on screen are also illusions, Ben. It's
No,
all- it's
no, those are the
none
only
of it's
thing that's real.
The entire state of society is an illusion, Ben. We're all just masking the state of nature. We're all playing an elaborate game to prevent us from just like killing each other with clubs.
But
It's like I'm collecting data and arranging it in a way, and it's kind of a video game in itself. And it's really like on the face of it, it seems like, why would you ever care about such a thing? And it's true. Why would I? I don't know.
Well, you know, if it makes you happy,
It makes me more happy than playing any of them.
Metroid Prime's so
Okay.
good though, bro.
Like I've got all these games, and I'm like, yep, that's the list. Ah, look at that list. Well, good time to go to bed. Time to just sleep my days away. Why would I boot anything up and be entertained? It just doesn't make any sense.
I agree. I unironically agree. I hate the idea of being entertained. When I look at Cyberpunk 2077, what I see is like I don't understand. I don't understand the appeal of something like that at all. Because it just looks like, I see, this is a contraption that has been constructed to distract me for like 60 or 100 hours.
Yeah, it's
right?
hey guys, the new daycare just dropped.
Yeah. That's kind of how I feel about it. I don't want to be distracted. I need my fucking wits about me.
That's like
There's fucking
all
danger
entertainment,
afoot.
though. Like, what do you?
I know. Yes, I agree. I know that that's a stupid thing to say, and yet I say it unironically.
Ben, you're an artist. Your whole life is dedicated to
I
making
hate art, Tom.
distractions
I
for other
fucking
people.
hate art. I hate art. I don't believe in it. It's a fucking ruse. It's a scam.
I kind of agree. I've been thinking a lot about like the fact that like I think back. I've been grappling a lot thinking about just video games in general because I've been spending so much time with them for the last like 2 months and how much time they take away from me. And I'm like,
Yeah.
do I want to make video games and subject other people to this time sink? Like, am I participating in like a negative thing? But then it's like it's not, none of it's compulsory. People choose to spend their lives this way, and not everybody has the desire or the capacity to make things. Some people just want to be entertained, and
I say
who am
all
I to
this
deny
like
them that?
I say all this like I'm above it all or whatever, but of course,
No.
like this is just things that I don't like, and then I'll see
You're
something
in the
I
trenches
do like.
with everybody else, and that's
Yeah.
why you relate to it so strongly, because like you're personally affected by it.
It's just there's some other thing that is the thing that I choose to be distracted by,
Right.
like
Dwarf Fortress and Frog
Pokemon Showdown, or
Fractions and-
Dwarf Fortress or whatever. It's just some different thing.
We all have our
It's just
vices.
no better.
Right
Yeah.
now, my thoughts are all about like completing art, like I've got all these games in my Steam library that I've never even fucking opened. And to me, playing them is not like interesting because I mean maybe some of them would be good. But like the idea of completing the list is a more interesting and fun game than like playing the games. So I feel compelled to play them just so I can tick them off, which is really like it's like Skinner box like that I built for myself, but I kind of like
You're
it. I don't
gamifying your collection of games, essentially.
Yeah,
It's like a metagame.
like it's
funny.
like at a like first glance, it seems like I'm adding to like distraction in my life, but really I'm just sort of this is the distraction. Otherwise, I would be playing one game or another game, and this is the game I decided to make is a game about games and gaming. And God, I hate that word so much. I heard it in my head.
Gaming.
Gaming. It's such a stupid word because it's been made into a joke.
Yeah.
It's made into a joke. Just the saying it is funny, apparently. See?
Oh man. Did I talk about my dwarf fort?
Oh, I not recently, I guess.
Did I talk about that I started the Succession game with my roommates and we had a little accident?
No,
everything was going so good. We did a Succession game is when like one person plays an in-game year and then they pass it off to the next person and you take turns playing a year. Our fort is so much gold. There's gold everywhere. Like all the walls have gold in them. There's like gold nuggets like littering the floor because everywhere we dig, we just keep finding gold. But we don't have any like talented metalsmiths. So like my whole thing has been like trying to get a bunch of metalsmiths practicing making copper stuff so they can become extremely good metalsmiths and then they can make like really expensive gold crafts and sell them, right? Because if you made crappy gold stuff and sold it, that'd be a waste of money. You want to make good stuff out of it to maximize your return, right? So that's what I wanted to do. All right. So by the time it gets to my year, I fuck around. Like, we get attacked by a monster, a giant tick or whatever shows up. Had a very funny battle. This forgotten beast that's a giant tick shows up, and he is coming through the caverns, and there just happens to be one dwarf, Stukos, out in the caves hunting like a kangaroo or something. And this giant tick beast, just runs up to him, and Stukos leaps on the tick and starts biting its legs and latches on with his teeth. And then the tick breathes a cloud of freezing dust to I don't know to harm Stukos in some way, but in the cloud of dust, it like trips and falls and hits its head on the cave wall and just splatters its own head open into pulp on the wall and just bursts its own head with its own weight, I guess, and it just dies. And Stukos fucking did it. And that was fine. No problems, no casualties at all. But then one werehorse, I think, shows up, and our fortress is on a canyon. There's a river, and it's a canyon. And there was a bridge that goes over the canyon, and that's like a main supply line for our fortress. And it happened to become the full moon, I guess at just the wrong time, and one werehorse went crazy at the full moon on the bridge, and our like whole military rushed it, and they fought him on the bridge, and he just like laid waste to one dwarf after another, and everyone like rushed the bridge, and they all fell off into the river and died. Like 60 dwarves just like died in the river because one werehorse like got angry. It just pummeled them all with its skull-crushing hooves.
What is a werehorse? Is it a horse that turns into a dog? That would be smaller.
No, it's a dwarf that turns into a horse at the full moon,
or
a horse beast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Duh.
So it halved our population. It went from like 120 dwarfs to like 60.
You needed to get a cowboy dwarf to bucking bronco it, like ride it like a tame it.
We need something. All right. I don't know. Things aren't looking good in Fern Relics. That's our fort. Okay. Just wanted to update you on my dwarf situation. Now you know.
I was playing or trying out this cool game that had dwarves in it called Deep Rock Galactic.
Never heard of
I've
it.
been marathoning a lot of Skill Up on YouTube. His videos on games are really fucking good. And one of the games he recommended was this game called Deep Rock Galactic. It's like an indie multiplayer, like 4-player
Oh,
game.
I've seen this. It's dwarves in space mining space rocks.
Yeah, it's like actually like pretty cool. It's like all the stuff's
Hmm.
procedurally generated, and like you can destroy any part of the map and create like your own custom tunnels, and you're looking for like gold and other kind of like precious resources while fighting off like swarms of aliens that come and attack you. And there's like 4 different classes. And it's pretty cool. I only played a very little bit of it because there's no demo, and I don't buy games without trying them. So I pirated it. Sorry, indie devs. I will buy it if I
Lol.
like it.
Bummer.
Uh, but I played a little bit of it, and it runs pretty well. It's pretty fun, and there's a bunch of goofy drunk dwarves, and yeah, if you like those multiplayer games, class-based multiplayer stuff like PvE, it seems like a great recommendation. It's apparently like in the top 100 highest rated games on Steam of all time, despite
Hmm.
being like a very new game by a small team of guys. So apparently it's pretty sick,
It looks
and
kind of cool. Looks kind of
it's
neat.
pretty fun.
I'm looking at images. All right. I'm amenable. I'm amenable to what I'm seeing.
I'm just saying, if you had those dwarves in your fort, you probably could have killed this fucking werehorse with ease.
Don't Stukos the if Stukos the bug hunter had been there, if he had been the first on the scene, I'm sure everything would have been different.
Yeah, you know.
But
It's just-
instead, just our stupid ass military who doesn't know what they're doing got there first, and of course the slaughter that ensued was legendary.
this is why we have to
Man, oh,
redirect
man.
90% of our nation's budget to defense. Otherwise, the werehorses will come and kill us all.
That's right. That's right. If I'd invest more. Oh, the other thing about our fort is that we have no good metals. We have no iron for making steel. We don't even have any tin for making bronze. We've
all
just
your
got
weapons are
we've
gold.
they're fucking copper. Well, and
Oh.
whatever we've been able to trade for. I've traded for some steel, but like there's not that much. So, you know, it's ugh. Our military is like they're all got like silver hammers are the best thing we can have. Silver hammers and maces are pretty decent. But other than that, there's just not a lot of good shit. I don't know. It's very sad, tragic even. Okay. I was gonna talk about something else, but then I got distracted by my dwarves.
There's too many dwarves.
And I yeah. So okay.
2016, the only games I bought in 2016 were Dark Souls 3, Pokemon Go, and Pokemon Moon. I guess I didn't buy Pokemon Go.
You buy Pokemon Go, yeah. I was did either of you get either of you get the Pokemon Sword Shield?
I got Sword. I was gifted it. I would not have bought it of my own
Okay.
volition. I had fun.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
It's more Pokemon. It's like definitely
yeah.
not worth being the first console game.
Yeah.
But
I
you know,
feel
what are you
like
gonna do?
when it comes to like I need more Pokemon, there's plenty of ones that from the past that I haven't played yet, such as Black and White.
I kind of want to play not yeah, Platinum. Is that the one with Giratina?
I don't know.
If
'cause
it's not the
the-
first 150 Pokemon,
Is
I
that
don't know
Gen
what they're called.
4?
Yeah, it's I think so.
Diamond and no, that's Diamond.
yeah,
and Pearl.
Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum.
Platinum,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Platinum's the third one of that.
I played Pearl, and Pearl was like okay. I didn't love it, and then like I sort of skipped Gen 5. But at the time anyway. But like people say that Platinum is like much better than Pearl and Diamond, so I think I don't know, maybe it would be worth going back to revisit.
I think
Platinum.
so. I think I've heard that it's just like all of the little annoying, frustrating things, or at least some of them, were like addressed in the third.
Yeah. Yeah, I played Platinum. I played Pearl in college, and I was like, this is fine.
Yeah, I was playing Pearl at the end of high school, and I
Yeah.
think that's the game that disillusioned me from Pokemon. I was just like,
Yeah.
it's fine, whatever. I'm too old for this apparently, but I wasn't too old. The game was just not good.
Mm-hmm. I skipped Gen 3, and then I got Gen 4 as like a throwback thing. It was like a nostalgia thing because like all my friends were getting it, and then I think I did get Black when it was new, but I didn't like finish it. And then, of course, much later, I
Getting
played White
Sword
2, and it was based.
was the first game I got when it came out since Pearl. So there was a huge gap in just me not playing
Oh
any
my
Pokemon
God.
games. So it felt kind
I mean,
of fresh because I'm like, oh, you can just like hit
Black and
a
White
button
2.
to throw a Pokeball without having to go into the menu. How
Black
revolutionary.
Black and White 2 really is the pinnacle of the series.
That seems to be the general consensus from what I understand.
Yeah. X and Y, everything I hear about them makes them sound bad.
yeah,
Sun was all right.
I think I got one of those, and I tried to play it, and it was just sort of like, I don't know, it's kind of cute that you can rollerblade around, and
Yeah.
I don't like Pokemon, so I stopped playing.
Lamau.
It was
I did
novel
like
to like see everything in
Pokemon-
3D for the first time
Pokemon
since
Moon
like
was
Stadium.
like quite good, I felt.
Yeah, it was all right.
Like, just I don't know, like Gen 3 was like my first one. And Gen 4 immediately, it was like, I don't care. It's 3D. I like the sprites. Where's the sprites gone?
Yeah.
Um,
You didn't think that
wait, they still had
X and
sprites in
Y
Gen
had
4.
like the charm of like the PS2? I felt a lot of like the
Well,
PS2 charm in
I
those
mean,
like
I
low
didn't
poly
play
models.
X and Y, so I don't know.
X and Y had like on the surface, it's like, oh, cute low poly 3D stuff, and it looked nice, but the locations were just so boring.
Yeah.
I just didn't care about anything that was
It was
going on.
weird playing X and Y where like the game felt for the most part like the locations were still designed with like a tile set of like a sprite based game. Like they didn't take any advantage of the dynamism 3D offered. Where Sun and Moon, like the worlds felt a lot more organic and like took advantage of like polygon graphics, which I think
Yeah.
made it feel a lot more immersive. From
There's
what little
something
I've played of it.
with X and Y, the fucking rollerblades you use because it's the 3DS. They have the joystick, the
The circle pad.
analog stick.
Yeah.
And so you could move in an analog way around the place, but as soon as you took them off, your character just sort of zoomed into the nearest square, and then it was grid based again.
Yeah.
I just didn't like that.
That was really dumb.
Now, I didn't play X and Y, and they don't look that appealing to me, but I will say one thing I do know that is good about them is that the X and Y, the Kalos champion, Diantha, has an absolute banger theme, like battle theme. It's super good. It's super fucking good.
I never got there, so I wouldn't know.
Excellent.
I'll take your word for it, though.
It's I think well, I won't bother trying to describe how the song sounds.
It goes.
It's got a real nice mix of sort of like ethereal like bells and like soft parts and chimes and piano, and
Like
then it kind
Pingu?
of like switches between that and like a kind of like electric guitar thing. It's so cool. It's very
Do you like kind of miss Game Boys? I kind of do.
No.
I kind of do.
Why?
Because like the Switch isn't a Game Boy. It's like really expensive, and like the games are designed to be like big games.
The Game Boy was pretty expensive when it first came out.
Compared
Like,
compared to
that
consoles,
cheap.
though, it wasn't. Like the games were half the price.
Yeah.
The console was like a half to a third of the price. The games were shorter and simpler. It felt like there was like a platform for like these simple games you could just kind of like take with you anywhere. I kind of miss
Nowadays, that stuff is like indie games on Steam,
right,
rather
but like
than handheld.
I'm not gonna like fucking bring my desktop around with me to just like dick around and play a simple game when I have like a couple minutes
or
to
mobile
spare.
games, I guess.
And mobile's like way too monetized, and like the free to play model, like I don't know, there was like a weird niche that the Game Boy had that I didn't realize I liked until it was gone because I took it for granted, and it kind of stinks.
Yeah, I will say if you can get like GBA emulation on your mobile phone, it is very fun. I played
Yes.
all of Fire Emblem 7, the first English translated one, a few months ago on my phone. It was just like, it's about the same size as the Game Boy Advance SP. It's just felt like I was playing it all over again. It was great.
Yeah, Fire Emblem, the first Fire Emblem on
Like
GBA was really
you're
good.
tucked up in bed. Everybody has their phone in bed because they look at fucking YouTube videos and tweets like idiots like me.
Not me.
And so it was such a natural, like, oh, instead of looking at Twitter or looking at YouTube videos that I've seen already, I'll play a video game that I played already, and that's much better.
I don't know. Is Fire Emblem good?
Yeah, it's fun.
Fire
Alright.
Emblem 7 is like classic
I've never
good
played,
game. The sequel,
Fire Emblem.
The Sacred Stones, was very good as well. And then in 3, and they sort of, with the advent of 3-dimensional polygonal graphical shit, it sucked and looked bad because
Agreed.
the sprites were
Reject
so
modernity.
the sprites were just so beautiful and so well animated, and then they came onto the GameCube with one, and they had no flair at all. They were just like stick figures going up and swinging a sword in a very normal way. It sucked.
It's true. The catharsis of those animations in Fire Emblem were like
And
really good.
I will never ever forgive Sakurai for putting all of the Fire Emblem characters in Smash, except the only good games were snubbed. The only ones.
Why is Lynn not
7 and 8.
I guess it's tired, and I probably don't need to say that there's too many Fire Emblems in Smash, and they all look the fucking same, and I hate them.
Yeah, I hate them as well. They're just bad picks. They're just picks based on whatever is currently there.
I was thinking, like, the other day, like, you know what would be better is if there were just, like, 1 or 2 Fire Emblem characters, and, like, you could pick a different, just, like each new Smash game could have just a new Fire Emblem that would be the same as the last one, but it would, like, look different, and it would be just some other girl with a sword who plays identical to the last one, but just has a different name.
I mean, that's just the annoying thing, is that, like, Fire Emblem has such a variety of types of fighters, and they always choose, like, whoever is the protagonist or the main character, which is a similar sword-wielding lord, usually. And there's all of these, like, incredible, diverse characters they could take from any of the games, but they always take the main character.
There should be
Always
one
got blue
character
hair.
named Fire Emblem, and you can choose to be like an Axeman or a Swordman or a Magic Man, and like their moveset would
Pokemon
change.
Trainer?
Yeah, that's what it should be. There should be
That
one
would-
character named Fire Emblem.
That would be cool. I would like, if I had the power, I would model like 3-dimensional versions of all the Fire Emblem classes as they appear in sprite form, and then I could make like Smash just Fire Emblem Smash though. And it would be actually good, and people would be like, "Ah, yes."
We already have a Fire Emblem Smash. It's called Smash.
It's true.
Lamau.
Ephraim.
It's been colonized.
But now they have
Ephraim for
Sephiroth,
Smash.
so like all is forgiven. According to the
Sephiroth. He's pretty good.
Sephiroth looks pretty cool.
It's pretty
You know, as these things go.
Did you see?
He's no Steve.
Did you see Sakurai's little Let's Play video where he plays as Sephiroth and shows us how he plays?
Yep.
That was fun.
He does one for every new character, right?
Yeah. It just sort
Yeah,
of,
I saw.
It was sort of cute. I don't know, something about the way he was doing that.
Sakurai's
Just felt like
dope.
he was Let's Playing.
He's a good man.
There's the part in it where he's talking about like frames,
Yeah.
and then he's like, "Wait a minute, I don't care about this.
Yeah.
I'll leave that to the tournament players. Let
It's
me
funny
just
'cause
say,
he
feels fun to do this."
Yeah, it's like he clearly like does care a little bit. Where he's like, "Wait, Smash is not a competitive game, haha."
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, it's funny
It's for
because
fun.
if you watch his playthrough when he talks about Terry, it's like obvious that he's like a hardcore fighting game guy. He like knows all this shit about like King of Fighters and Fatal Fury and Street Fighter and all this shit. And he's talking about like all the different like really obscure move sets and stuff that he integrated and all the references to all these like obscure SNK games. He like grew up in the arcades. He's clearly like a hardcore fighting game community guy. But like he was tasked to make a fighting game, and that was like, or a party game, and that was the initial idea. And it's just like that DNA is like in him, but like he has to play it like closer to the chest. And it's just like pretty funny how like this party game was taken and became like treated communally as the genre that he clearly has a lot of love for, but wasn't setting out to make.
Yeah, it's nice to see that he seems to have more control over this current game than he did previously. And he's happy about it.
Yeah.
There's Minecraft in it now. There's Steve in it.
That's all you
That's
need.
so
There's
cool.
Minecraft and Super Smash Brothers, guys. It's pretty good. But you know what? I'm not gonna play it because I actually don't like playing Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
No,
very much.
neither do I. I just like looking at it.
I kind of like that it exists, but I'm not gonna play it, and I actually don't care.
Yeah.
At all.
I'm like, I get much more enjoyment watching like Maximilian Dude react to like new fighters added to Smash than I do playing the game. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like if you watch his like reaction when like Cloud was announced, it's like the most entertaining, good feel thing of all time. Watching this grown man flip his shit for a character in a video game.
What did he do about Sephiroth?
He also flipped shit. But he was with like 3 other people, so they were all just like geeking out. I'm like, I don't know who any of these guys are.
Man, I thought Sephiroth was so cool when I was in like 8th grade.
And you still do.
And I still do. No, I wanted to. When I grew my hair out really long, and I think part of my motivation for doing that was that I thought Sephiroth looked really cool with long hair, and I wanted to look like that. Same with Zero from Mega Man X. Those were my 2 like long hair goals at the time.
Were you gonna dye it gray or silver?
I thought about it. I never like really. Occasionally, I wondered like, what if I dyed it gray?
Little did he
But,
know,
like,
Ben's life would be so stressful, he'd start growing gray naturally.
yeah. Like all I had to do was wait.
I can see Ben, like young Ben with long dyed gray hair and a leather trench coat. It's really funny.
Ben
And
dressed up like Sephiroth with like the long hair, and then Nate with his Vampire Hunter D hat. Just like the ultimate team of just
God,
pure
reject
weaponized
modernity,
crap.
embrace tradition, guys.
You know what? I was cleaning my room the other day. I was cleaning my room. This is gonna sound really stupid, but I guess I might as well say it because where else am I gonna say stupid shit other than on the Pro Crastinators podcast?
I've seen your Twitter.
I was cleaning. Oh no! Fuck you! I say smart things on Twitter. I'm the only smart one there. God, no, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about Twitter. Fuck you. I was cleaning my room and I found behind some shit on my dresser. I found the like makeup stuff from Radcon. I found like the eyeliner and the lipstick and stuff. And I was just thinking like and it just reminded me is like fucking the goth thing, the whole like the goth like eyeliner e-boy thing, it's kind of cringe, but I deep down I think it's kind of cool. And maybe I should pull a Hussie. Maybe I should I think Hussie just became a clown, like he always wanted to. Just
became a
juggalo.
Yeah.
Maybe
funny.
I should just become a goth e-boy again. Embrace tradition. Reject modernity.
I was thinking about similar things because I have some makeup now and I haven't tried it yet. I've been thinking, God,
what?
Dang it! I kind of want to be like an emo scene goth punk girl.
What better time than now to experiment? You're not going anywhere. You don't really risk anything other than the people immediately around you seeing your awkward like figuring it out phase, and then you can emerge from the pandemic like a fucking god of aesthetic.
It's true. Yeah. Well, I mean, shit, we're most of the way through it now.
Exactly. Now's the time before the window of opportunity passes you by.
Yeah. I don't know. But then I think about like, man, look at myself in the mirror, and I'm like, oh, but I look like that. Oh, but this is my face. Like if a person that looked like this tried to like look cool in any way, that would just be like such a mismatch, and it would be so cringe.
You got to just commit to it so hardcore it turns around and becomes based again.
I think so. Yeah, I think that's true.
If Hussie can do it, anybody can.
I don't know. I mean, I don't want to be try hard, right?
No, you have to
try hard.
It's now. I feel like it's cringe to be what I mean. Kind of always has been cringe to worry about what other people think too much. But it's also cringe to not go hard enough.
Well, that's the whole thing. It's like there are people who can pull things off naturally and like good for them. And then there's like the people who are trying to like fit into something they're not supposed to be. But then like if you try hard so much, you become like so fucking hardcore, like committed to the cause, it becomes cool.
Yeah, even if you don't like really get there, the fact that you're trying is kind of cool.
And I wouldn't sell
mean,
yourself short. I wouldn't like throw the entire idea under the bus just because you're uncomfortable with how your face looks. I'm sure it's not nearly as bad as you're making it out to be in your own mind.
I think there are ways to try hard that are more embarrassing, and there are ways to try hard that are less embarrassing.
Sure.
The
The most embarrassing thing is caring about people thinking you're try hard and reducing your own happiness because of that. So go ham, my dude.
Okay. Well, I guess I will. Whatever that
I mean,
means.
at the end of the day, Ben, you're already immortalized on YouTube forever and videos that are out and more to come. So what's the worst that could happen?
I guess next lecture I should just do it in like full like goth regalia.
I agree completely.
I found a bunch of like rings that I used to wear for like a little period there when I was maybe like 23 or something. I was like accessorizing. I was wearing like a bunch of like rings, and I had a bunch of like fake like piercings that I would wear on my ears. And I found the box in my closet that I had all that stuff in, and I was like, haha, that was so lame, but also
That was so cool.
Maybe it was kind of a little bit cool. Though.
Why? I don't understand why I never like tried to experiment with my aesthetic in real life more, because like I'm always interested in like character creators and video games and stuff, and like aesthetic something that interests me, but for some reason like I never considered myself being a worthwhile canvas, and that seems like such a missed opportunity.
I know what you mean. I know the feeling.
It's the what is it? The expectation of like men to be like normal and not really that flashy, and to be flashy is to be homosexual.
Well, I am pretty gay, so I feel like that barrier has been crossed at this point.
Well, shit. Well, like, I don't want to be gay.
Oh, see, that's where it all comes.
Roll it all back.
So fucked up.
That like deeply ingrained toxic masculinity. Ooh, there it is. It's like you gotta dress like everyone else, otherwise you're not cool.
I mean, like in high school, I was pretty try hard. Like I had like coats and stuff, right? I had like not like a trench coat, but I had like leather coats that I thought were like cool and weird, and that were like sort of like my like signature pieces and stuff. And I was like, oh man, yeah, I have this coat. Like nobody else has coats like this. Nobody else has like I don't know, has like hair as long as mine or whatever, or a fucking hat like this or whatever, whatever the fuck. I did a lot of that. And then, but it was cringe. It was definitely cringe.
No, I like that.
Yes.
I didn't have a phase like that, and I wish I did.
Yeah, same.
No, it's I don't know. It's such a
action is cooler than inaction, almost constantly, all the time.
I think it's true.
It's not a good thing to be like really like trying to have like quirky affectations.
Well, I don't.
Like that.
I feel like even if that in and of itself is like cringe and awkward, that's like a necessary stumbling block on the path to finding your own aesthetic and being comfortable with like your self-presentation.
Yeah, what I really mean is just like it's based in as like compared to being afraid of people looking at me weird and not doing anything with myself at all.
Right. The stages may be cringe, but the process and the results that come from it is based.
I mean, I'm not afraid to like look weird at all. I'm just I don't know. I
feel like I'd be so much more willing to experiment if it was like in a video game where like you could just like pick a piece of gear, change, and then change back. Like if you want to like experiment with like I'm gonna change my hairstyle, you gotta like commit for like 2 months to that until it like grows back out, even if it looks bad.
Yeah.
Whereas like in a video game, it's like, oh, scroll back to option 4 or option 3 did not work.
Well, it's because that's low effort.
It is,
right?
It is
because in real life, if you have like a very particular look, it means that you went about achieving it,
Mhm.
and it probably took some doing.
This is why we all need to be
You
VTubers
have
and like abandon our
you
physical bodies. Then our changes are that easy.
it means that you were committed to it, and you pursued it, and you thought it was a good idea. So if you like look a certain way in real life and was like, oh really, that's what he decided to go with, like, oh boy,
But it's just part
what
of the
a
learning process, like in real life too. It's just like you
well, I
just
know,
tried.
sure,
And so I think we all
yeah,
should give our fellow man a bit more benefit of the doubt. But
sure.
that's not fun. I'd rather make fun of everyone on the internet because I'm a
I mean,
jackass.
I
I mean,
think
I'll
then,
fucking judge someone if they look stupid. Like,
well, of course.
yeah.
With the thing about like it being cringe to pretend to be quirky, do you feel like it's it's like it would be cooler if you just naturally felt like doing this thing instead of trying to do it? Is there a difference?
I don't think
Um,
so.
there's there's kind of a difference. Like I remember on the Ricky Gervais show, there was one Stephen Merchant made like a joke, or he was they were talking about, they got like a mail. They got like a piece of mail from someone who they thought was like a big fucking dweeb. And they decided that this guy was like a big nerd who thinks he's cool, and he described him as like, oh, he's the kid in school who he only wears bowling shoes, right? Because it's like quirky. And like doing that for no reason, like just to do it because nobody else does it, is like stupid. Uh Doing it, if he just like liked bowling shoes, that would be something else, you
Sure, I
know?
think that's a different thing than what we've been talking about, though. If you're experimenting with an aesthetic simply because you want to differentiate yourself from people around you, that seems like an empty pursuit. But if you're just trying to find your own self-expression and you're doing it specifically
Mm,
for your own satisfaction, and you're weighing that against how you'll be perceived, that's a completely different thing.
yeah. Yeah. Sure. I mean, I think aesthetics are fine. I don't know how I feel. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm maybe if I had like more places to go, maybe if I ever like went out ever, maybe then I would put more thought. I never have any cause to consider like how will I look, how will I present myself. It's just such a it's depressing actually. I wish there were more opportunities for me to even think about such a thing. And then maybe I would experiment with it more. Lamau. What do you think about that?
I mean,
Yeah.
I feel similarly. I've had like makeup nearby. Like I've been thinking mascara, like eyeliner. Like I don't know how this stuff works. I gotta look at YouTube videos, and I gotta try it out and fail a bunch of times. And I just have no reason to because I don't need to look good for camera, and I don't need to go
Here's
outside. So like, what am I gonna do it
here's
for?
here's what I think. Here's what I think. I think here's why I'd be a little uncomfortable with something that I think is a look that I think is cool, like a long hair or like eyeliner or something. I think something like that. This is just my opinion. I think something like that looks good. It's like kind of like a feminine detail or a feminine affect. I think it looks the best on like someone who is very traditionally masculine, and it's like to the point that like it's sort of like a deliberate contrast. I think that's interesting and looks good. I think that I am too schlubby looking. I think that I'm like too normal of a guy. I'm not like, if I think you'd need, I don't know, I think to pull off a look like that you need like to be tall or like have a strong jaw or something, and I don't. I'm just normal. I don't know. When I imagine myself doing something like that, it's like that's weird. It's cringe.
Hmm.
I don't know. I wonder how much of that is like internal versus external, like just kind of like conditions you've put upon your own kind of expectations of what that should be versus like objectively what it actually is. I
Well,
don't really
I
know
guess
because
I don't
I
know.
mean I
I don't
have
know
the
what it.
same issues with myself because I always feel like I don't look properly for aesthetics I'd like to do, and then on top of that, it's just
Mm,
like I also don't feel like putting in the time, effort, or money to figuring it out. But then on the other hand, it's
Yeah.
like, would addressing how I look and like making myself more aesthetically in line with how I would like to be, or finding out what that even is, would that help just make me feel better in general? You know, like it's such a huge part of
Mm.
like the self that I've never explored. And like perhaps that would help just make myself feel better if I actively took a step in like presenting myself as I would like to. I don't know. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
something that's been such a non part of my life. Like I've had like all the same clothes since high school, where it's just like a t-shirt and jeans or whatever, and I just don't give a fuck. And I don't know
Hmm.
if that's was a mistake.
I mean, I think there's probably like a self reinforcing loop there, wherein like if you put more thought into your appearance, and then you have, and then you actually like go out in situations where like presentation is matters, then that like act of going out and like being presented, like presenting yourself to others, will probably make you then consider your appearance even more so,
Right.
right? And these things will reinforce one another, right?
Yeah, I
In
would
a
assume
loop.
so.
Yeah. um Same with like working out, honestly. Same with like when I was like going out more, seeing more people, I was more like interact like, when I was more social, I think I had more of like a drive to like work out and be active and like keep myself from getting fat and turning into a
Yeah.
fucking piece of shit,
I
right?
mean, I was like in the best shape I've been in a while, like by RadCon 4,
Yeah.
and then COVID happened, and I definitely let myself go.
Yeah, same. Yeah, same. It was all downhill from
And now
there.
I'm desperately trying
Weird.
to like recover. Like the last couple weeks, I've been like really strict on diet again. I'm like, no, I have to get it back.
I've like completely. I haven't gained like that much weight, but like I'm off keto and I'm just like, fuck
I
it.
gained
I'm
a
just eating whatever. I don't
significant
care.
amount of weight, especially in the last like 2 months. I'm just like, nah, I can't do this anymore.
Uh, I gained some. I gained a bit in like the first bit of quarantine, and I've basically just kind of been stable there for a while. Yeah, pretty lame.
Part of my personal aesthetic is not being fat. Can't have that.
Mm,
Must destroy.
yeah, yeah. I should get back on keto, but I just bought some loaves of bread,
Oh,
so.
gross. I just got on keto. I literally threw out all the food I had. I just was like, you know what?
Really?
Sacrificing it on the altar of like being a keto boy again, and just dumped it all, dumped all the bread, all the bagels, all the dumb shit I'd bought that was cheap, and I'm like, nope, we're getting
Well,
we're
that's
getting back hardcore on the bandwagon.
that's a good way to like mentally reinforce that like, no, we're taking this seriously now, and to show how serious I am about it, I'm going to like basically
Waste.
throw out some money,
Yeah,
Yeah.
right? Basically spend money by tossing all this food that I shouldn't have
exactly.
bought.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Uh, mm, 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 mm. It's like back when I used to smoke. Sometimes when I would try to not smoke anymore, it would be like it would be a little more effective if I didn't just like finish a pack and then not buy another, but for me to say like no, no more, and like throw out like the half a pack or whatever I had left.
Right. That means
That
the
was like
decision starts right there, not when it's more convenient.
yes, yes, exactly. It was a deliberate change, not just a oh well, I guess it's done. Yeah. Uh, I've quit smoking though. Like that's pretty
That
good.
is
That's
good.
like for all coronavirus, they say it's bad for your lungs, but for me, it's been great. Pretty based. Pretty
Do you
based.
still vape? I haven't heard you vaping in a while.
I have no, I just haven't done it.
Oh my
Uh,
god. That was like your
it.
main character trait. I don't even know who you are anymore.
Mhm.
I don't have any stuff. I mean, I guess I would. Like, I don't think vaping's that bad or anything. I just because like a long now at this point it's been a long time since they stopped they wouldn't ship a vape shit to Massachusetts because it got like restricted or something. I think it is still technically restricted. I don't know. I haven't tried to buy any. But yeah, they wouldn't ship it to me online, and so getting my hands on it became a hassle. So I just stopped getting it, and it's been a long time since I've had any, and that's fine. Lamau.
Well, you're probably saving money, if nothing else.
Yeah. I mean, vaping is cheaper than smoking,
Which, thank God.
which
for
was
that.
one of the reasons why I switched to vaping in the first place. It's because, like, I can actually, if I'm smart about it, I can if I vape instead of smoke, I can actually spend less on it. But yeah, I mean, vaping does cost something, so nothing is cheaper than either. So,
Indeed.
yeah, very good, very clever allocation of resources on my part. I congratulate myself.
Speaking of lighting little bits of paper on fire with leaves in them, I feel like I've thought recently about how I think I might be like a minor pyromaniac.
Yeah.
Like a little bit of I'm a little bit too excited to burn things to get rid of them instead of throwing them away. Because there's I was clearing out stuff and there's a piece of furniture that's we don't need this, it's taking up space. We'll put it outside for now and think about what to do with it later. And I was like, wouldn't it be cool if we just burned this? And everyone was like, I mean, it's still functional. I was like, yeah, but I don't know, I just thought we could burn it. And I realized then I was a little bit too eager, and it was funny. I just love making fires and looking at them.
It's all that Dark Souls. You just want to light that bonfire really bad.
I do.
I mean, fire is cool enough, I guess.
It's
Not
it's kind of like a
stoked about it.
Like you go out to some people they go out to a party and they dance or something. I go out to a bonfire and I look at the fire all night and I'm like, well, that was fun. Go to bed now.
I mean, sure.
Fire is pretty aesthetic.
I can watch a fire for a while. It's the same though. It's pretty much the same.
A fire is much more entertaining when you're throwing things into it and watching that thing get destroyed.
Yeah, when I'm in charge of keeping it fed or half in charge, it's just sort of yeah, we got all this scrap wood and we're not going to use it for anything. We're not going to build anything out of it, and it's a nice night to do a fire, so let's burn some stuff. And it's just yeah, put stuff on there. We usually, after Christmas, we get the Christmas tree, because all of the pine needles on those things have a lot of oil in them, so they burn really, really hot for a very short time. It's kind of wow, wow. So we chop that up, and we have a Christmas, end of Christmas bonfire, which is cool. I just love fire, guys.
Fire is pretty dope.
It's fine. Nah, it's all right. I guess.
It's cool.
What about if it's a government building, Ben?
Haha. Well, no, you fucking moron. Some buildings are good, actually. Not all buildings.
What?
Which one?
Hashtag not all buildings?
All buildings matter.
Oh no.
Yeah. If it's cops or a bank, maybe, I guess, or I don't know, some of the bad ones. Yeah.
But if you burn the bank, all your money goes up in smoke.
You know what? I hadn't thought. I don't want to think about it. It doesn't matter.
I just hope fire destroys whatever is the best thing for fire to destroy. That's why I set all these buildings on fire, just on the off chance that one of them did that.
Yeah,
fire is a tool. It's neither good nor evil. It is used as the human. It is as good as the human that wields it.
Life lessons with Ben Saint.
Yes.
When I think of Return to Monkey, I usually think of build fire, ook ook, first thing. Even though the monkeys didn't necessarily do that, I guess one of them must have at some point.
No, has a monkey ever made fire? Do monkeys make fire?
I don't think. Well, I'm trying to think of the
I mean, in Jungle Book,
Homo sapien.
They don't. That's the whole plot of Jungle Book.
There's
good film, by
there's
the way.
a Homo sapien Neanderthal and then Homo sapien sapien. I can't remember which way it goes.
The Cro-Magnon man and the Homo erectus, my favorite. No, I don't remember any of them either, but I know what you're talking about. Primitive version of man first discovered fire. I don't know which one it was.
Yeah, they you have to be man to obtain man's red flower. That's what I learned. You know,
I feel like it's not the first time you've mentioned that on this podcast.
Have I? Would you guys never see fucking Jungle
I know
Book?
exactly what you're talking about.
I know. I love Jungle Book. I'm just
okay.
I feel no.
You guys
reason
are so
to
silent.
say...
I was like, who like appreciate.
I was having like deja vu. I
King
specifically
Louis,
remember you saying that recently.
King Louis has my name, so I was like, oh my god, it's me. And
it wasn't that.
And that's where your love of fire began.
It wasn't that recently, but a while ago, I did go on a thing about how I think it's so cool that he doesn't know what it is, so he calls it man's red flower. I just like mwah, storytelling.
I learned that whole song off by heart when I was young, like all of the beep 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 beep, all that stuff.
I watched that movie a lot as a kid, a bunch of times, and then I never thought about it. And then as an adult, I like remember. I think I heard it again. And only then did I appreciate that that metaphor. I was like, yeah, nice. Base Disney. Maybe this multinational corporation is pretty good. Actually,
whoa! Let's not get too ahead of ourselves.
Maybe I spoke too soon.
Hey, have you guys seen? Your Movie Sucks has been streaming his editing process for the Lion King remake review for the past like 17 months.
Yeah, I've seen snips of it here and there, but I haven't like sat down and watched the full thing.
It's a lot of time he's been spent editing this Lion King remake review.
I can't believe I'm
kind of like strangely hooked on these streams because they're so repetitive. They're unbelievably repetitive.
Just
he
like
says the
video
same
editing.
things over and over again.
Wait, what thing? What are you talking? What is this?
It's YMS, right? You know, Your Movie Sucks. He's editing on a stream, and then there's like stream clips of him editing the Lion King review, Lion King remake, and he's like, there's so many of them at this point. It's just like such a like, probably like, I don't know, 14 hours of like content of watching him edit and talk about how the Lion King remake sucks before he's made the actual review, which is looking to be more than 2 hours long itself.
What a madman.
He's such a content machine.
Indeed.
I just sort of
human content machine. Adam. What's his name?
Adam Marsh.
Adam Plays. That's his full name.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Adam Johnston.
But I went with a Star Wars reference instead.
Like it.
I hate streams.
That's what the people
streams.
want. They want streams.
I love streams. I guess into them now.
No, I hate them. I feel the same way about them that I feel about video games, which is that they just waste your time. But like more so, it's not even like crafted content that they're wasting your time with. It's not even like a deliberate experience.
It's so efficient.
It's just like it's just like some accidental bullshit.
Not every streamer is as good as others, but I love Germa985 because he's like on the ball witty so often that there's usually like funny things happening every minute or so.
I mean, when I was into Destiny, or then when I was into Vosh, like I never watched them live.
Oh yeah, of course.
Because like, why would you do that? Like they'll put the best stuff on their fucking channel as clips. Just watch that.
I think it's people just want to participate. It's the participation aspect, being able to be part of the chat and contribute to it, and like being there when things happen live, which personally does not intrigue me at all. But I can understand why people would want to be part of something.
I definitely have that feeling with Germa. Like the reason I watched the Game Awards was because Germa was streaming it, and it was just fun, like hearing his like funny commentary over the boring stuff that didn't matter.
Obviously, like the solution here is like with everything, do it in moderation, and it's fine, right? So don't think you're smart for telling me that answer. I already know, but it seems like to being like the kind of guy, or like being someone who watches live streams regularly, just feels like a job. Just feels like a job you don't get paid for, you know.
Well, if you're having a good time, I guess it's not a job.
I
guess, sure, yeah.
So, some nights I'm just like, I could go into a Discord call just to hang out with a few people, or I could watch a Germa stream, and it feels the same. And I just need to
Sure.
wind down and just listen to someone.
I
Mm,
think
I don't usually stay for the entire thing because it goes on for like 5 hours usually.
I think the problem
Yeah.
is we all like fancy ourselves content creators, you know, and so every time we do something that isn't working, it's always like a calculation. Like I could be spending this time being productive. Where like 99% of people don't have that problem. Like as soon as they're done with their job, their time is theirs to do whatever they see fit because they have
Yeah.
no autistic inclinations like we do to have to like do something greater with their lives. And bless them.
Yeah.
Bless them for not being cursed like we are.
I mean, I feel like I'm less and less like a content creator mentally due
I
to me not making content for a long time
the
and
last
just being like
2 months have
playing
been a
games,
nightmare.
watching streams, and like sitting around and doing things. It's like I'm a little sad about some parts because like, oh no, I'm suck. But part of it has just been like I feel more like a consumer or an audience member of things rather than someone who could potentially make an analysis video of whatever I'm watching or playing. Like that stuff doesn't enter my mind as much anymore, which is it feels good.
I have again become that person you described, Tom, who must be creating at all times, or they're wasting their time and they're a loser.
I mean, I'm
I've
always like that. I've been like trying to come to terms with the fact that like I enjoy playing video games and like shouldn't feel bad about it because like I've like for decades, every time I watch a movie or play a video game for more than an hour, like I'm just racked with guilt. And it's been this way
Yeah.
forever. And it's so
well,
bad.
Tom, you deserve to exist regardless of what happens.
no,
Yeah.
Same for
you're
you,
not paying for
Ben.
yourself. You're not. No, you got to pay your own way.
Yeah.
Well, you're not contributing to the economy.
Ben, you're valid. Okay.
Shut the fuck up. No. I mean, for the last listen, you said 2 months you haven't been on the ball. Well, me either. You know, I put out their Slime and Punishment video in like August, and then I spent a long time doing like fulfillment stuff on on those 2 Kickstarters, which is something. But other than that, I have gotten very little done, and I feel pretty bad about it. But I also feel liberated. I feel a little bit liberated by low expectations, right? Because I feel like at this point, it's been so long since I really did anything, since I really made anything and put it out there that was like worth a damn at all. That like anyone who's still following me probably has their expectations are rock bottom, and they're well, wait, that's not exactly what I mean. It's not for like quality, but they're not expecting anything anytime
They're patient.
soon, right? They're patient, which means that like, okay, I have embarked upon a new construction. I have embarked upon a new project, and the thing about that is that they've been here this long. It's been this long since I made a new thing. If it can take me however long it takes me, it's fine. I don't have to worry about like, oh, I have to get it done by the end of the month. It's going to take me however long it takes me, and if it takes me 2 months, then so be it. Like it's not going to be a disaster, any more of a disaster than the gap since my last thing has already been, which is exciting. I've been like trying to work 24 hours a day, and I can't. But guess what? Shocker! I can't do it. I'm in a terrible brain fog, and I can't sleep, and I can't focus on anything, and my eyes hurt, and I woke up. I keep waking up at weird hours and trying to like get back into it, and then just staring at my screen, and it's like, oh, I can't remember what I was doing. So you know, it's going good, is what I'm saying.
Excellent.
Things are proceeding according to plan.
I mean, I felt like entirely the same with regards to last thing I did was in August and then nothing. And fuck, last few days before today, I was feeling really bad, and I just stopped feeling bad. I guess it's just one of those chemical things. It's just the depression juice ran out, and I guess I'm fine. But like, I don't know. It's isn't it? It's okay to just not do anything, isn't it?
Yep. It is.
I do like the idea that, you know, knowing that I still want to do it, it'll happen eventually. And I don't know, there was just earlier in the year, like at the very beginning of the year, in fact, I was like, this is gonna be the year where I do a fuck ton of things and I'm super productive and I become a real mangaka, and I didn't do that. I
Yeah.
did Lord of Ghosts extremely fast in 1 month or 2 months, I think.
That
1.5
was so
months.
much for 1 month. You really
Yeah.
did crank that out.
And then, like, I think it was immediately then, it was RadCon 4,
Mm-hmm.
and then COVID, and that was fucked. But then I sort of picked myself up near August, and I was like, let's do another thing. Let's do the Clarissa Gunsmoke and the Bandit King comic for the contest. And I did another month of extreme intense work, and that's like 2.5 out of 12 months of actual, like, real work, and the rest was just being deceased. And
Yeah,
on the whole, it's like, it's not terrible because I did do stuff, but it's not good because so much of the year was, I don't know, riddled with anxiety and terrible other stuff, and I guess transitioning was a big part of my focus.
Yeah, I definitely feel like I did get some things done this year, but I think I thought I would get more. There were things I thought I would have done by
for
now that I
sure.
didn't. Shocker, COVID was not a great motivator.
No.
No.
Then I don't know about you guys, but as soon as it starts snowing, I'm done. Like I can't handle winter at all. So now that it's snowing in
Really,
Massachusetts, I'm just like, "Ugh, just
that doesn't
fucking
really
shoot
affect
me."
me.
Oh God, I
That
can't.
doesn't really have much. I'm surprised. No,
I can't.
that I don't care about that.
It tries. That's the reason. Like the last
What-
like 2 months,
why?
I don't know. I just hate
Some
the cold. I hate the cold. I hate the snow. And
I do hate the cold. I always forget how annoying the cold is. Okay, what's really bugging me is that I have a space heater in my room, which is fine. But like when it's on, it's too hot, and when it's off, it's too cold. Like I have to like turn it on and off
that's
every
the
like
thing.
half hour.
You never worry about air conditioning. Air conditioning gets you exactly where you need to be. But like you can never balance the heat when it's too cold. It's always uncomfortable one way or the other.
Yeah.
Fuck the
Yeah.
snow. I hate having to dig out my fucking car, which you don't have to deal with, obviously. But like,
I
I need
don't
to
have
go
to deal with
somewhere.
that.
Well, I gotta fucking dig out my goddamn car. It's buried in fucking snow, and I have a broken back, which makes it even harder. And it's just like,
Yeah, that sound.
it's a
Yeah,
fucking shit
yeah.
show.
Where are you? I mean, do you have to leave the house for stuff?
I mean, like going grocery shopping and shit. I don't have to. I don't
God,
go a lot of places, but it's just like I can't use my EBT with fucking Instacart. So if I want to like use my fake money, I gotta like dig the car out and get going. So
just save the EBT. You can use it later. It doesn't expire.
I suppose. But then
That's what I've been
I have to
doing.
spend real money, which is very valuable.
What?
Yeah.
Money is valuable? What the
Or
fuck?
so I've been told. I feel like we've all been tricked into thinking that, but in the current paradigm,
Uh,
yes, it is very important.
Hmm.
What a nightmare.
Well, if you say so.
Yeah.
If you say so. No, I never leave my house. I've been Instacarting. It's based. Ugh.
The only cool thing is when I do get Instacart and I come out like with my cane, their demeanor goes from I hate serving like obnoxious white people to like, oh my God, can I help you bring these in? And I'm just like
I never meet the deliverer at the door. I don't want them to look at me. I want to just I'll just go down and find the shit on my doorstep later, please.
Once you start doing your makeup stuff, that's gonna be your fucking like litmus test for how good you're doing. Just answer the door and see how it goes.
I don't want to have to say like, oh yeah, just leave it right there. Oh no, you don't have to help me take it in. No, I'll get it. No, thank you very much. Yeah, have a good day. I don't want to do that. Like just fucking put it on my step. Just leave it there. I'll take care of it. And I don't make me tell you that either. Just do it. Thanks. All right.
You can leave a note for them to do that, right?
I mean, that's just what they do by default.
By default, they do it now. Now that like,
did they not used to?
Well, I mean, before COVID, like they would usually you'd answer the door and shit. But now it's like,
oh, maybe maybe it has changed because they would like yeah, maybe it has changed. I mean, I just eventually I mean I just stopped answering the door. Like they ring the doorbell, I just don't answer until like 15 minutes have gone by and I am confident that they're gone. I don't need to have a conversation with them. It's not productive. So fuck it.
It's fucking Instacart trolls. Get out of here.
I tip them and that's good enough.
That's
all
the only
right?
conversation they need.
Yeah. What more do they want? I don't frankly, they probably appreciate it. Like, what do they need from me?
That's
Nothing.
true. Just your money.
I don't do them any favors by making small talk with them either. No, who gives a shit?
I've recently just now I'm on Twitter, and apparently Andrew Hussie is he's got a trailer for a thing that is new and is not Homestuck.
No.
It's apparently a visual novel that is coming soon. The trailer's like 4 minutes and 40 seconds long.
You can't milk Homestuck anymore. We're all stuck at home now.
Yeah. It looks like the same sort of art style because it's written and drawn entirely by Andrew Hussie, so that's like good.
Whoa, really?
Yes.
That's exciting. Is it clown related?
I think it has a clown guy in it.
Okay.
Is this like an onboarding port? Can I finally get on board with an Andrew Hussie project?
This card theme seems to relate to his most recent Juggalo photo shoot.
It would be cool and not like unlike him for that Instagram thing to be like clues to whatever this is.
I think it's definitely related, at least thematically. Oh my god. This is it's Hussie art. This is Hussie art. You can tell.
Yeah.
This is the real deal. It's none of this fucking bullshit.
He's drawing and writing a visual novel, and I am excited. I want to see the next thing the man has made.
A chance.
It's been so long.
Oh my god. I didn't know. I didn't realize I would be excited for the next Hussie thing, but I am. This is great. I'm just fucking stoked.
That's a retweet for me.
Yeah. You know what? Fuck it, me too. Nah, actually, I'm just kidding. Fuck it.
Can't let people on that I'm excited about something. That's so off-brand.
I mean,
I've always said that like all of the stuff about Homestuck being like half written sort of by Andrew Hussie and mostly written and made by other people, and it just doesn't feel the same, was annoying, and I wish he would just make a new thing. And now this is a new thing, so I can't help but be excited.
I mean, I wonder. Yeah, it's like, I guess maybe he's just been doing this instead of while the other guys like deal with Homestuck 2, which like, yeah, makes sense. I'm glad he's not doing anything. But I guess I'm not surprised. Like when you're Andrew Hussie, you can never stop, right? You can never just quit. It
always felt like such a sad ending, that the idea that someone so prolific and so genius that they would make one thing and then stop creating forever after that. And it's like, no, there's got to be something more.
It's so weird. These are like, oh god, these characters.
Yeah, they don't look that great. They still like,
they look straight up bad, but like I'm okay with that.
It's like the way Andrew Hussie's style for this sort of like lo-fi MS Paint drawing in Act 6 of Homestuck sort of it changed over time into something that looks like this.
I gotta say, I don't like know what this is. I guess I'm only halfway through. I don't. There's a guy spinning guns. It kind of looks really bad.
Yeah, I know.
But like, I that's like good. I like that. I genuinely like that it looks bad. Cause it was never about how it looked. Homestuck looked good, like sometimes, but
your first impression of it would be like, oh, this is kind of strange looking, weird little.
Yeah, that's the clown. This is the clown in this trailer is the guy he's dressed up as in his profile picture and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a new YouTube channel, HussieTube. It's just got this one thing on it.
Yeah, I'm still watching this trailer. I got a minute left, and I don't really know what to make of it. Very, you know, I think it's interesting that it's visually it's all Homestuck, and it's no like his old art style, like Whistles, or one of his
Yeah,
other like traditionally drawn.
that stuff's too hard.
I
Maybe.
guess he's just completely embraced the Homestuck aesthetic. That's just how he does things now. Probably just because he realized that like when he draws like that, he can just make content like so much faster, right? He probably used to spend like days on a page of a comic, and now it's like, why fucking do that?
Why fucking do that when this is what you're known for and is so much easier to do?
Yeah, for real.
Maybe
Well,
maybe Bale Jape shouldn't get better. Maybe it should stay as shitty as it looked before.
um, you say, well, art always gets better. It can't help but do
That's
that.
true. Like if you just like purposely tried to like keep it at the same level of quality, it would still slowly get better, just not intentionally, I suppose.
Yeah. All you can do is be like you could be like scribbling it out like just as fast, right? Like spending just as little time on it. You would get better at doing it fast and loose and sloppy. You know what I mean?
I think the
Mm.
most distracting thing about these character designs is that the bodies are pixelated, but the eyes are smooth, and it's jarring.
Yeah, they're just less pixelated. That's just a little.
Are they aliased? Are the
I don't know
eyes
if they're. I'm
aliased?
watching it like in a tiny window, so I can't tell if they're alias or if they're just higher resolution. But either way, they are not congruent, and it's very strange.
It's it's hideous.
I don't know if
It's
I'd go that
fucking
far.
hideous. Uh, I think I would.
All right, all right.
I think I would drop the H word. Oh yeah. Okay, at 2:06, at 2 minutes and 6 seconds, yeah. Obviously, like her body and hair is low res, and her eyes and mouth are like,
Yeah.
God, that's
Why?
disgusting.
I know.
I just
God,
don't.
that's a nightmare.
I don't understand why you would do that. Or is there like recycling like face rigs for all these characters, so you don't have to continually redraw?
I mean, I don't
them?
recognize those expressions, so he probably just drew them again. But it's
I
just the
think
way he draws
it's
things.
just that he probably drew like the
Because like
scene.
the next
drew- he-
character at 210 looks like it has the exact same kind of eyes, just a
he drew,
different
I
mouth.
imagine he drew the
I don't know.
scene at in like a certain resolution, and then he zoomed in on the character and drew the face.
At a different resolution?
Yeah, he zoomed in. He zoomed in
Hideo
the shot.
Kojima's in here, which is interesting. I'm just skipping through now.
He zoomed in the shot and then drew the eyes and drew the expression at the original resolution, which then looks higher resolution than the zoomed in pixelated old stuff, right? Oh god. Oh god. This is what this says to me. Like, this is the trailer for your project. Like, clearly he does not give a fuck if it looks good.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't care, and like, good for him, and thank God. Like, that's clearly not the priority here.
This is not.
Yeah.
It's not like my new corporate enterprise. It is. Here's a funny thing I thought of, and I made it.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, that's great. Oh, this is so good. Well, I'm fucking stoked. I'm fucking hype for this shit. Whatever it is. I wonder if the clown is Hussie.
I
You
think
know
it
what I
might
mean?
be. Yeah. Or
It's
maybe Hussie is
like
cosplaying the clown. Who
yeah,
knows?
like either Hussie is cosplaying this clown character, or that clown character is him, and he just is a clown now. Like, this is what we're meant to know about him.
The bit at the end was like, this does not happen in the game.
Wait, where does it say that?
With it's like 3:13. All of that sequence there.
Oh, this does
Where-
not.
Violent J, Shaggy Two-Dope with Dragon Ball Z Scouters, and what's his face with a AK-47. and Kojima.
Oh, okay. So this is just some shit that's in the trailer because it's funny,
Yeah.
and it's not. I am sorry. Okay, okay. If that's true, then yeah, I think this is just Hussie. This is just Clown Hussie and Kojima and Shaggy 2 Dope and Violent J, and it's not Guy Fieri. I don't know who this guy in the blue blazer is.
The
Some
blue
dude.
blazer?
Yeah.
No, that's I forget his name. He's big rock rap guy. I forget. Whatever.
Oh, I don't fucking know.
He has some sort of a name that is a name.
Is he like a? Is he a sad rapper?
No, he's like a something.
Okay.
I have no knowledge
Cool.
about what he does.
Perfect. All
Someone
right.
mentioned Post Malone. Is that
Post
who it is? I don't
Malone,
know
That's
the
what I
guy.
was thinking. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. That's who I was thinking of, and I just couldn't place the name. And all I remember is that he's got like a sad rap song that got really popular.
I don't know
Okay.
anything about anything.
It is. Damn. How did I fucking know? I don't even know fucking. I couldn't name a Post Malone song. But somehow in my lizard brain, I associated this face with that identity, even though I couldn't place the name. Stupid.
Okay.
Alright, enough about this.
Yes.
Fuck Andrew Hussie. Fucking hack. Gigapause was too long.
Truth.
Okay.
Well, should we go to questions? I mean,
could,
God.
yeah.
voicemails.
Do we still do voicemails? Holy
We
shit.
do, believe it or not. I have one more thing that I wanted to complain about before we go into voicemails, and that is I got. So a while ago, I've said this before, my tablet died. The screen died.
Press F.
So I bought a new one. Not an almost as old model, a slightly upgraded model. It's still like a decade old at this point, so like, you know, kind of old tech. But I got a new tablet, a Cintiq 21UX DTK, upgraded from a DTZ. But it turns out, I remember, I had gotten, when I had got the old one, a previous patron of mine, Arthremus, gave it to me. I guess he had an extra one, but he gave me the tablet, and it didn't have a stylus, so I went and I bought a stylus, and it didn't work. And I asked him, and he told me, "Oh yeah, that stylus you got, sorry, that doesn't work with the DTZ. With the DTZ, that only works with the later model, the DTK." So I had to buy another stylus for that, and then I got this one. It's the DTK, and I had previously bought a stylus that only worked with DTK, and I don't know where it is. I can't find it. That's why I was looking through my room and I found the makeup. I was looking through my shit trying to find that old stylus, and it doesn't work, so now I have to buy a third stylus to replace the first one for the first tablet that didn't work, that I need to replace with a second stylus. And so this thing that I'm trying to make right now, gonna involve drawing some stuff. But I can't draw anything until I get the freaking thing in the mail, so I won't be able to do that for like a week. But it's okay. I'll have other stuff to work on with it.
Do you have
before that.
pencils and paper?
Shut the fuck up. It's I need to produce digital. I need to produce digital images.
I mean,
must
you could
produce-
sketch them maybe,
Ugh.
just so you have them, and then you don't need to think when you're drawing them digital.
Well, no. Well, okay. Yeah, in theory, I guess if I need an image, I could sketch it and then scan it and then put it, because I need sketch it and then scan it and then like trace it in my computer. No. There's no point. There's no point at all. In fact, there's no point to anything. You know,
Oh,
we're all
good.
just gonna die one day, actually.
Yeah.
Why don't we just do that now?
Agreed.
I don't know.
Now you're speaking my language.
All right. Let's do voicemails, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, man. I like hinted at, but I didn't get into specifics. My sleep has been really weird lately. I've been waking up at the same time no matter when I go to sleep, and like it's really bad. Like it's early. Like I've been waking up at like 6:45 a.m. pretty close to that every morning, even when I went to sleep at like 2 a.m. I can't seem to get a good night's sleep for the full 8 hours, unless I would have to go to sleep at like 10, and I don't want to do that. That's stupid.
8 hours
Uh,
seems like too much.
8 hour? What do you mean?
Like going to bed at 10. Well, I guess if you're waking up at 6. No, that's fine. I just
8
feel like
hours
going
is
to,
normal.
going to bed at 10 seems like so early, but if you're waking
Yeah,
up
I
at
would rather
6,
shift it. I would rather shift it so I'm going to sleep sometime between like midnight and 2 and waking up sometime between like 8 and 10. Waking up like before 7 a.m. just seems like there's no need for that. There's no
God did
need
not
for that.
intend that.
No. But
the early worm catches the bird.
I don't know. So
Or in this case, the Pokemon.
I keep staying up a little later than that. I keep staying up till like midnight or 2, and then I only get like 4 or 6 hours of sleep, and then I wake up and I'm bleary the next day, and I can't focus. I'll figure it out. Okay, we ready for voicemails?
Yeah. Is it Truth Teller?
Yes. The first one, on the second page.
Oh boy.
So, because there's 2 called Truth Teller for some reason. Here we go. Truth Teller. 3, 2, 1, go. That's me.
Is scared. He loves anal.
He loves what?
Anal.
Oh.
This is really
Okay.
what I come back to after like
Yeah.
5 weeks
So,
of not being here. Good to
it's
know some
lackluster.
things never change. Like the quality of voicemails.
Even better, we've got another one from Truth Teller. Is our next voicemail.
I hope it's him profusely apologizing for the previous.
3, 2, 1, go.
Pensing is gay.
He just did it again.
He loves
With better mic quality this time, though.
Pensing is gay.
Can I like
What the fuck?
I want to like file criminal charges for wasting my time like that.
I mean, this is supposed to be Amazing Grace, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, why didn't he complete the fucking stanza?
Because he's
What the fuck is this hack work?
Voice jail?
Like me. You didn't do the like me. Fuck.
God.
That's so annoying.
I'm so glad that I'm here right now.
Next one is called ABA Sends Its Regards.
ABA?
3,
From Guilty
2,
Gear?
1, go.
Nobody cares who you are. We'll beat you with a bar. Die, you fucking Barney fag. You'll gain many more haters. Your intelligence won't save you later. Die, you fucking Barney fag. And you'll bask in the shadow of your past childhood. The jet fuel can't melt steel beams.
Breathing in
Fuck
the mic.
off, you man-child. You fucktard. You loser. Fuck off, you master of lies and deception, and die.
Pop
Okay.
filter, please.
Okay.
Was
I
that
think does
an attempt at like a Pink Floyd lyric?
the ABA does the ABA refer to the rhyme scheme?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Well, terrible.
Amazing.
We're doing great, guys. We're doing great.
Next, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Next one is Liam. This is like if NWA was good. 3, 2, 1, go.
I was like not going to like do another call ever again, but holy shit, let's the fucking garlic house fucking the fucking the what's it called? The Brad Garling house.
That's right.
What's diss track, dude? I hate it. I like it. I don't like it at all. This is fucking stupid and terrible and not good, and it's amazing and I love it.
Okay.
And it's bad, and the Munchieverse was kind of unironically actually wicked, but it's stupid and bad, and you should never ever make music or be allowed near a microphone with a beat playing ever again, ever. I'll kill all of you. I love it. This is bad. Now, I'm fucking. I'm like reading the comments right now. Like, let's read some fucking comments, dude. Like, this is like if NWA was good from this guy blank. That's like This is like if NWA was good. Yeah, dude. What? Whatever, dude. I fucking hate all of you. Basically, don't make music.
So did he not like the song?
I don't know. All I know
I
is he
think-
probably paid for it, so that's pretty funny.
He's like in a critical state of cringe and bass, and he's like rotating like unbelievably fast.
Yeah.
Can't tell which way he's looking.
Um, wait a minute. Fuck. There's
I don't know what NWA is.
it's niggas with attitude. The band.
Oh,
It's Eazy-E and Dr. Dre and oh
Dr.
fuck,
Pepper.
who's the third one? MC Ren.
Mr. Attitude. Oh,
Yeah. And I know that because I know that I know Fuck the Police, and they say their names. They say their names in that song. Lamau. Okay, whatever. Cool. Next voicemail is called Liam. Ben equals Dreg. 3, 2, 1, go.
I almost forgot to say this earlier. Ben, you also sound like fucking Dreg in the diss track. Like when fucking Dreg's doing his funky bad music things. That's what you sound like.
Okay. Everyone says that my verse is the worst. Nobody likes my verse. Well, guess what, losers? Digi wrote it for me, so fuck all of you. I wrote like the first 2 lines, and then I couldn't write anymore, and Digi just wrote the rest, and I just rapped it. Lamau. I don't
remember
suck. I
Baltoy?
don't
What
suck.
a boy!
The best
What
part.
a boy, guys!
Nobody likes mine.
I think mine was the best because it's got Baltoy in it. Piece
Yeah,
of
it's pretty good.
shit.
Honestly, I saw a lot of people saying that Munchie's verse was the best, and it's just not. I'm sorry.
I
love
can't even
Munchie.
remember everyone else's.
Munchie's verse is not very good. It's like the worst one. I think it's worse than mine, to be honest. Oh yeah, I said it. Yeah, I fucking said it. Fuck you.
Rap battle.
the 2 bad ones. Next one is called Voice Whale. 3, 2, 1, go. That's WAIL. Yeah, I get it. Because last time we had the whale like the aquatic mammal, and this time whale like the vocal. Vocal.
What is with the? I mean, I ask what is with the shit quality of the voicemails this week, but
it does seem
it's not-
particularly bad.
They knew I was
Yeah.
coming back, and they were like, "We gotta make sure he never comes back again."
It does seem especially cringe this time.
When are we just gonna stop taking voicemails?
I don't know.
over our cold dead bodies is
All
when.
right, motivation to murder both of you. Sick.
Oh, thank fuck! I don't have to do it myself.
Just looking out for my bros. What can I say?
And I'm back. What's the next one? Fake fan mage stan. 3, 2, 1, go.
So I don't follow any of you weirdos on Twitter, so
Yeah, good.
I probably missed the info from there. But I
Yeah,
swear, last time I remember Mage being on the show, she said that she just wouldn't be on for a while because she was like going to take care of her grandma or something. But now it sounds like Mage just like isn't on the show anymore and she isn't coming back. I'm sorry. I just miss Mage and her weird dreams and her drawings and stuff. So yeah, what's the deal? Sorry for being a fake fan. Bye.
Okay. How angry should I be at this person for not knowing?
Yeah.
I
Only
can't-
mildly?
Yeah, mildly. I can't remember which episode we would have said it, but I know we've said it at some point.
Yeah,
I'm just saying,
I
if you miss Mage's work, Mage is on Twitter posting her work.
that's true.
Get on
Yeah, if you
Twitter.
miss her drawings, YouTube is not. This podcast is not really the best place for them. I think she's gone. I think she's officially out. I don't know. Am I wrong? I have no clue. I genuinely don't know.
The
I think
door
she,
is
she
always
doesn't want to
open.
do podcast stuff anymore.
Yeah, the door is always open.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's
I don't
it's
know.
her prerogative, and that's fine.
Yep. Who cares? Next one is called Homestuck Preservation Follow-Up. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, follow up on that whole Homestuck preservation thing I sent a million years ago. I finished
don't even
Homestuck
remember.
months ago. I love it to death. Act 6 is terrible.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
Tom's actually a lifesaver because he mentioned the whole Flashpoint project thing, which is actually preserving Flash animations. Somebody decided to take this and apply it to some weird version of Chromium. And there's an offline archive you can download. Now, in order to get the one that I have, you have to email a bot. It's at gimmehomestuck@zohomail.com, and you have to
Okay.
ask for an offline archive download. And because he doesn't own any of the rights, and then he'll send it to you, and it loads the entirety of Homestuck and Problem Sleuth offline. It's a little slow. It's a little janky. Sometimes the save feature fucks up, but you can still use the map to sort of figure out stuff. I don't know. Thank you, Tom. You put me on the right path. Homestuck is preserved.
I do what I can.
That's awesome. That's super great. Yeah, I'm glad that it exists. That will continue to exist in some form. That's kind of appropriate for Homestuck, I think. Right? That like. You can only get it by emailing some bot. I like that.
Gimme Homestuck.
Gimme Homestuck at Zoho Mail.
Gimme Homestuck or gimme death.
Agreed. Next one is called Exposed. 3, 2, 1, go. Continue as you were, gentlemen.
On our news site, we posted an extremely ugly story about how Hypocrite here actually turned out to be a transsexual. Okay, would you care to elaborate on that?
It's all true. The rumors, Avery, and all rumors, even ones that don't make sense. That's the truth.
Post up, non-op, coin up. Give us all the deets. Oh god.
My trainer code is 182797624568 for my trans go game community video game.
What are the 3 numbers at the back, and what date does it expire
on?
Tom.
Okay. So that's little blast from the past. That's before I was trans.
That's mildly amusing. What was that, like a million years ago? Yeah.
At least.
Good times.
I mean, I could hear Nate, so it was like, oh wow, what?
So that must be ancient times, before COVID, before Gib decided to go trans and spite God and cursed us all with COVID.
It was a necessary sacrifice. I'm sorry. I'm
I
sorry.
agree. Worth it. Tom, were you gonna say something?
I just said I was just gonna say it was worth it as well. So
okay, yeah. Well, then we're all in agreement. Good. Next one is called A Weeb with a Counterpoint. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey guys, back during the election episode, some doofus came on the voicemails and was saying, "Hey, if an anime is bad and if dubs are bad, doesn't mean that the dubs of bad anime are good." And
yes.
Generally, rightfully, you guys said, no, of course, that doesn't make any... that's bullshit, it's additive, it's not multiplicative. Counterpoint, the Ghost Stories dub, which is good, and despite being a bad anime.
Okay, but that's... No, that's not the same. That's
they're
not a
dubbing
bad...
the source material.
That's not a bad dub.
It's basically a bridge series, officially.
Yeah. That's not a bad dub. That's a deliberately silly dub, right? Yeah. Like it's trying to be funny.
It's all ad-libbed. Most of it's ad-libbed, and none of it is representative of the source material at all.
I didn't know it was ad-libbed. I haven't seen that much of it.
Is that the one where it's like the voice actors just didn't give a shit and they said a lot of crazy things?
Yeah, there's a lot of like really edgy humor in it, and it's pretty funny.
It was. I mean, it wasn't on like TV, right?
No, I don't believe so.
Yeah, it is basically just an abridged series. What's the... There's like one particularly famous line from it. but I don't remember what it is. Ghost
There's like
Stories
there's
dub.
like the girl who's like really religious and always like makes Jesus jokes, and then there's the girl who like falls in love with the bunny, and the bunny's like has the voice of a deep voice of a black man and stuff, and there's a lot of weird shit in that dub.
I think there's like a pedo joke somewhere about the kid. I think
There
that's
is.
what I'm thinking of, but I don't remember what the joke is.
Me neither.
Yeah, it's not the same. That's not a bad dub. That's just a weird, deliberately strange dub. But good try. Maybe next time. Next one is called Cross Garlic and Stuff. 3, 2, 1, go.
So the Garlic House diss track was pretty based. I thought all of you guys did really great. Talk
Thank you.
about it if you haven't already. I don't know. Is there anything fun, cool about production and shit? Also
question.
super excited for the Brad Garlinghouse lecture.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. See you next week.
Cool. Good voicemail. Solid voicemail.
Yeah, I guess we didn't talk about that at all because that dropped.
I had actually forgotten that dropped this week.
Same.
Well,
Yeah, it was. The process of that was nobody really knew what they were doing at all at any point, and
It's about everything we do.
did we do any work on it before we were there? Did we come up with the lyrics
No.
at
I
the
think-
time?
did Digi like they picked the beat? I think they had like picked the beat out before.
Yeah,
And
yeah, we picked the beat out, and I think I had like scribbled some things on a Google Doc, and me and Munchie were working together because we were like, we had figured out the like the chorus thing, like who was going in front of who, and like we were left to our own devices to come up with our own lyrics for our part, and yeah, I think I had done mine by the time we were there, and some of us weren't. I think Digi winged it.
yeah.
And you hadn't written anything, so we had to like help you
Well,
write something.
Well, like no one, most people hadn't written anything, right?
Yeah, Nate hadn't
Yeah.
written anything either.
Like everyone else just like figured theirs out on the fly, and I just suck and I couldn't do it. was
Radcon
great.
4 was just so much shit going on at the same time. Like even finding time to do that was like
Yeah,
a pain in the ass, and then like recording it was an all-day affair. It was just
it was so stressful. We had to
Yeah,
cram everything in.
it
we
was-
didn't even
it was-
have time to do the final recording at Radcon, so we all had to do our final parts individually and get them mixed after the fact. Which
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
was
right.
annoying as fuck.
Yeah,
The reason it was like that, of course, was because there was a music video associated with the thing.
I'm surprised
So-
that didn't drop, and we just did the audio upload.
well-
wait, are we not supposed to say that there's a video?
No, that was part of the
That's
Kickstarter.
part of the
It's like
Kickstarter.
music video
Okay.
for the diss track. The diss
Yeah,
track
there
is
is-
out.
There is a video. Yeah, I was expecting the song to drop with the video.
Maybe
I think
no one
it'll
forgot
come
the
pretty
video
soon.
exists.
He can't have forgotten.
No. The way it was set up was the lecture comes out first, then the music video. 'Cause
Oh, okay.
it's all linked up.
So the
Right,
idea, so the song was ready. So Nate dropped the song, and then the lecture will come out next, and then the music video after
guess so.
that.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Very good. Yeah. God, I think I've been kind of stressed. I think it's been a source of like subconscious stress for me that like it's been so long since Radcon 4 and like a lot of the content never came out.
I would
Um,
not be stressed, except for the fact that so much of it hinges on this joke that is like a year old, and like, will it
I-
still be funny?
That doesn't bother me. Honestly, that I'm like, that's in God's hands now. Whereas things like getting the rest of the lectures out, that's in it's man. Mankind can only rely on himself for that, and I don't trust us. I mean, I can't judge because I haven't gotten mine done either, but I'm going to.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's an individual sort of thing. If you've got one to do, then obviously you'd feel stressed about that. But like,
yeah,
in terms of Radcon stuff, I guess I feel a little bad.
yeah. The I guess the lectures are not technically like stretch
There's-
rewards.
There's the OVA, which I still have to edit, but there's the OP, which is still being animated.
Mhm.
So I couldn't release it anyway.
There's
So that's my excuse still.
yeah. I mean that was always going to take a while.
But then there's the Dojin, which is
the
like
Dojin, which we have not really even started.
it's because nobody wants to be the person to draw smut of ourselves.
Well, none of us is going to draw it. We were going to commission someone.
We were kind of yeah. We hadn't found anyone. I think
Well,
we just hadn't written anything yet.
I think the holdup for me about that was I kind of thought that like it was going to tie in with the final chapter of Road to Radcon was another thing that needs to get done.
Yeah, it's all on Digi.
So there's that, and then I guess I thought that the Dojin was going to tie into that somehow.
I thought it was.
I
It's gonna be the Road to
envisioned...
Radcon 5 at this rate.
Yeah, well, oh god. Well, Road to Radcon Chapter 5 can also be the Road to Radcon 5 Chapter 1, so it bridges the gap.
I see.
Can we get on Digi's ass about just finishing that? Like
I have previously, and she's doing strange things.
Stupid.
Road trips and drugs and strange new people. And I don't get it. And I guess it's fine. It's just
I'm
sort
not
of
the
like...
only one who has no idea what's going on in Digi life right now. That makes me feel a little better.
I mean, it just seems like a bunch of stupid bullshit.
I mean, I don't.
And that's all
judging.
I know, and that I feel like that sums it up.
I'm just so fucking lost. I don't know what the hell's going on anymore. I wasn't sure if it's just because I wasn't paying attention, because I wasn't. But
I just want to see the Brony lecture was great, and that should come out.
It really was good. Yeah, I mean. Again, I can't judge because my lecture's not out, lol, so...
I can judge.
You can, and Tom can. You guys can, for sure. We really do need Road to Radcon 5, though. And then the Dojin, and then and I think that's like it, right? That would...
Yeah, after the Brad lecture and the music video, the OVA, the Dojin, and the Digis stuff.
That's it. Just like... Titanic
lots
amounts
of
of
stuff.
Work, you know.
I mean, Digi wrote the Road to Radcons. She wrote them in like less than a day each.
Yeah.
Like she just blasted those chapters out like in no time. So like, yeah, you know. I feel like I don't know. I feel like she could be gotten to sit down and do it. We would just have to get her at like the at a time when she was like
go to digi.com and say please Road to Radcon 5 in the comments.
Right. And then we didn't we I think we tried at one point to decide like, okay, who's gonna write the story of the Dojin? Who's gonna decide what it is? What is the story gonna be? Who's gonna script it? And we like never came to any conclusions about it.
It's like, how do you like? And then they fuck. Like, I don't want to write that. That's
the
cringe.
The Dojin was not gonna be like
it was gonna
hentai.
Right. Yeah,
it was gonna be
etchy.
a little etchy. Very good. Wait. Okay, I'm brainstorming this. The Dojin should be about how we all became girls for Road to Radcon. Like that should be the gap. Wait.
Oh yeah, because we're all.
Did the girl? Do people even know about the girl thing?
I don't think so. Well,
no.
We have
the calendars out.
Yeah, the calendar. We have the behind the scene videos.
Is the calendar out?
Yeah,
it was shipped in the rewards.
With everything.
Okay, it was shipped in the reward. Wait, so was it shipped in the rewards with like no context as to like why?
Correct.
And only the backers know about it.
Correct.
So only the backers know about any of that.
We spoiled that for the majority of people listening to this podcast.
I'm pretty sure in the original Kickstarter promotional video that was part of the thing. Like, we're gonna be anime girls. You can get a calendar of us being anime girls.
Yeah, but no one's seen it. Nobody knows, except for like the small glimpses in that one vlog.
It's so stupid.
Remember when we were on the beach for an entire day dressed like that? Recording?
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, and the dog attacked us.
Yeah.
That fucking dog. Fuck that dog. Piece of shit.
Well, it wasn't the dog. It was the owner who just wouldn't wrangle it.
Well, both. Well, yeah, I mean both. Like, fuck the dog and fuck the owner for not fucking taking responsibility. But whatever. Okay. Well, that's my pitch for the Dojin. Who wants to draw it? Email us. Don't actually. We'll email you. We won't actually. Lamau.
Just
Excellent. Filled
leave
with
in the
confidence.
comments if you will do work for free, and then it'll be like, oh, that person does work for free.
No. We'll pay someone. We'll pay someone, which means that if you're listening to this, you're not qualified. Next voicemail. Tom King's Mr. Miracle. 3, 2, 1. Wait. 3, 2, 1, go.
A man Tom King run of Mr. Miracle. It's only 6 issues long. It's poetic. It has great art.
Poetic,
It's
huh?
beautiful. And Big Bada, I'm not a Kuma. I don't comic books. But she
Comic
is a
books.
beautiful little piece of ass. She's tall. She's thin. They draw her beautifully.
Oh
And
my
she's
God,
moody.
no,
She's
she
trying
just
to-
looks like
to
any
beat you
other
up.
woman.
It's good.
No, shut up. Shut up about what's her name. You're wrong. You're wrong about that. But if it's only 6 issues, that kind of makes me think that maybe it would be worth reading. Okay.
I've heard good
consider
things
it.
about this. So.
Yeah,
Tom
we got a
King's-
voicemail last week about, I think it was the same guy. That unmistakable Hispanic drawl about Tom King's
So, I
Mr.
think
Miracle.
Is this Tom King's Mr. Miracle? Because this is
What?
a character that's been drawn by other people.
Yeah, it's a run by Tom King.
Okay,
I
this might be
guess.
the what it looks like then, because I just googled that.
Let's check it out. I'll fucking check it out. Next one is called Cowpoke Slim. 3, 2, 1, go.
Howdy, y'all. It's me, the cowboy.
Mario.
I just wanted to call in to thank old Gib here for helping me round up them dusty old cows in the dusty old Wild West. Y'all was a big old help. Is my trusty lasso that I loaned you holding up? I might need her back soon, so make sure she's in good shape. Well, it's time for me to go down to the old watering hole. So
What the
as they say in old Nihon land, sayonara, old canary.
Uh,
I did that. I must have been drunk.
Yep.
Something.
It's
just
a new
happened.
character, but
Oh,
a
it's the
Western.
start of a new arc, a whole new arc. Oh, it's gonna be span months. It's gonna.
Oh
it's
wait,
gonna
I get it.
Connect
Like,
to all the others.
The samurai was like, please give back scroll. This guy is Cowpoke Slim. Please give back lasso to Gib.
No, it
Oh, no,
begins
Gib.
again.
Gib, you lost Cowpoke Slim's prize lasso. How's he gonna wrangle his herds?
I was gonna
How's
use
he
it to
gonna
commit
wrangle his
suicide.
doggies?
I was gonna
How's he
use it to
gonna
commit
commit
suicide, but I misplaced it.
How's he gonna commit suicide so Samurai Sama can resurrect him with the Necronomicon?
How's the plot gonna happen if something isn't gonna happen?
How's the plot gonna happen if you are introducing conflict, you moron? Next one is called Bring Back Wonder Bread Guy. 3, 2, 1, go.
Man, fuck these guys who shit on Wonder Bread guy. He was the best. The critics, they're all like, ooh, Wonder Bread guy, he's a Nazi and he has weird conspiracy theory ideas. Wah. You shut the fuck up. That's not the point. And it doesn't even matter.
I agree, that's
when
not
he
the
was
point.
telling his story about losing his virginity or whatever, and you had to ask your questions repeatedly because he wouldn't answer them directly, and his story was just so long and unnecessarily convoluted. That was the funniest shit I've heard in this podcast for a long time.
It was funny.
I was literally
kinda
laughing out loud, lol. And about his weird ideas, even though I disagree on them, I still find it funny to listen to. Okay, bye.
No, I agree. I think he was funny to have as a guest, even though he's annoying as a person, Lamau. I'm 100% on board with this.
Oh, and I'm bringing him back?
Well, no. Not on that.
I wouldn't go that far.
I'm
That's the
actually
title of the
0% on board with it. Good voicemail. Next one is called Karascoet Satania Specially. I don't know what that means.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Another comic book recommendation, anything by this French couple called Carrasco. They made these very dark stories with beautiful art,
Okay.
and it's a very fast read and very good.
I appreciate these comic recommendations.
I've never heard
Oh.
of Carrascoet or Satania.
That's
This
French.
looks pretty
French
cool.
comics. There's a huge comic scene in France.
Look at this one. This is much better than Mr. Mama Luigi.
Mr. Mama Luigi. Oh, that's interesting. It does look pretty French.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like hell, just like France.
Just like France. Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
It's a great life drawing they did there.
Next voicemail is called Frindle Babin. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey PCP, have you ever
Hello.
listened to Coast to Coast?
No.
Specifically when George Norrie is broadcasting. You know, it's a show about like the paranormal, so a bunch of people who are like way out there calling, and George Norrie, he's like a real hero. He just like he keeps them talking. He keeps a narrative line, and like what I'm saying is I'm seeing a parallel to how you guys have been recently. So like what do you call it? Like this is feedback and a recommendation. I don't know. Just keep getting weird people on. It's great.
Thank you.
Anyway, you have a wonderful 2021. Peace out.
I sure hope we do.
I've never listened to Coast. I've heard about it. A little. Thanks. Thanks for watching A Game Theory. Glad you liked the guests. Fuck you.
Coast to
Next
Coast is like a coast, but made out of coasters. Instead of
a
sand.
coaster. Oh yeah. Just fuck me in the ass. Next one is called Gib. Where's the lewd Twitter account? 3, 2, 1, go.
Gib, where's the lewd Twitter account?
Wow. There it is.
Well, straight to the point. I can appreciate that.
Same. I wish every voicemail were 5 seconds.
It's out there on the Twitter. I feel like not. I don't want to promote it just because it doesn't have a lot of good stuff on there yet. It's just a lot of sketches and little bits here and there.
Okay.
But it's
Fair.
called. Let me find it. Just because who cares? It's the PCP. You can say whatever you want on this show.
It's true. It's true.
What's it called? Big Girl Squish.
Big Girl Squish.
Big
okay.
Girl Squish. You can find out what I've drawn.
Find out all the secrets. You can find out how to have sex.
Oh no, we don't show that on screen.
You can finally figure it out. The secret knowledge. Okay. Next one is called Max Patrick Aylward Nesbitt. 3, 2, 1, go. God, it's 1:30.
Hello, Procrastinators P
What?
and audience. I've sent this voicemail over electronic mail to plead your wisdom on matters of high importance and philosophy. Furthermore, I wish to bring to the floor a motion on the discussion of the subject thusly.
Mr. Nesbitt, this is a library.
On the floor is to consider the limitations of what is heterosexual and what is otherwise or gay. Is it gay for a cisgendered man to be in sexual relations with a transgendered female person? What about when it's a cisgendered woman
all
and
this
a
theater
trans
in service
woman?
of a
How
fucking
gay
lame
is
question.
it
I was
when
about
a
to say.
person looks on a transgendered person of the opposite gender?
Who cares?
Shut up.
Nah,
Stop.
I'm done. Good try. Whatever. No, but I don't. Who?
It's a very stupid take.
Who
You should
cares?
think about it a little bit.
Just think about it a little bit, and just the obvious answers are the answers. Just it doesn't matter. Oh my god, I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed because I was a little excited because I was like, "Ooh, he's gonna like do a thing. Ooh, this
By
guy like
eccentric man.
this guy put a little effort into this voicemail. Good. You know, he's gonna shoot his shot. Well,
We should have known better.
Good try. I know. Next one is called Santa Came Down My Chimney. So I came down Rudolph's throat. 3, 2, 1, go.
こんにちは。侍様。
Alright.
ひやとせ。ファカよ。
Yeah.
弁の戦闘さ。
I said I was
All
sorry.
I want for Christmas です。is scroll return.
I said I was
Okay.
sorry. You said they
Friend
thought we were
want
cool.
to say hello.
Hey guys, happy holidays from Cassidy. So, out of curiosity, I went back and had a bit of a gander. This samurai gimmick has been going on since August 15th. And I
That's
think
it?
that Ben
It
deserves
feels like an
all
eternity.
the credit in the world for playing along with it for these fucking 4 months. Good on you.
Feels like
Also,
years.
Digi, because of you, I was able to confront my own issues with gender this year. It's been
Based.
crazy butterfly effect from watching somebody with an unkempt beard like mine giving a lecture on Maddox to looking in the mirror today. And I just wanted to let you know that you helped change my life for the better this year. Thank you.
But until next time, sayonara.
Digi will never hear this voicemail, Lamau. I'll personally see to it.
I'm never ready for sincerity in these voicemails. It always takes me aback. I'm like, oh
God, cringe. I know, right? It's just like
I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop the whole time. Just like this can't be real. This can't be real. This can't be real.
In order to express even a moment's genuine sentiment, you have to run a 4-month-long character arc.
Right.
That's the toll you gotta pay. Yeah, whatever. Glad you're fucking a fucking girl now or whatever, you fucking nerd. Okay. Next one is called Funny Joke. 3, 2, 1, go.
PCP, more like HRT.
Okay. I thought he was gonna go HIV, but that's fine too. It's tomato, I guess.
The huge reps. I can't think of it.
Oh,
I can't think of like a PCP HRT like turning that into words that is not hormone replacement therapy.
Well,
that
rhymes with PCP, procrastinators, whatever. Shut up. Move on.
Welcome to the next episode. There's an exciting episode of the Hormone Replacement Therapy Podcast. It's hypnosis. You listen and we hypnotize you to make your butt look bigger. I don't know. You know, like a girl has a big butt. You know what I'm talking about.
Ben,
Eleazar,
the shoe is dropped. No. Reverb this part.
No. Okay, all right. Shut the fuck up. Next one is called GCCX on Cardfreck. 3, 2, 1, go.
If y'all or anyone listening last week thought, hey, yeah, Game Center CX sounds cool, I want to watch it, and don't feel like torrenting, you can always watch it on Twitch. There's a 24/7 Twitch stream on twitch.tv/cardfreck. So if you want to watch an episode of Game Center CX and don't particularly care what game's being played, you can just go watch it there anytime. This is, of course, assuming Twitch doesn't just obliterate it due to all the DMCA shit they've been doing. But hey, for now it's good.
Interesting. Game Center CX being the show that Tectonic Improv did the retrospective on that got taken off YouTube for bullshit reasons.
I love modern internet. It's so good.
It's so good.
I just love saying yes to cookie pop-ups.
God. I still haven't gotten a single cookie despite clicking all those fucking things.
A 24-hour stream. I feel like I really would like a Game Center CX if it were in English, because that would mean that I could just kind of have it on and sort of not like pay that much attention to it, just kind of watch it passively. But like the fact that it's subtitles mean that I would have to watch it actively and be reading, and I just don't know if that's the experience I want to have with it.
I
You know what I
feel
mean?
like it's funny you mentioned the subtitles thing, because one of the like really jarring things that's happened to me in the last like couple weeks, like it started with playing Ghost of Tsushima because you can play it in English or Japanese with subtitles, is I've
Mhm.
decided that I hate subtitles. I don't know why it took me
Mm.
so long to figure this out, but like I'm just like so sick of having to read while like there's all this gorgeous animation happens and I'm ignoring the actual visuals of this visual medium. And I'm like really just like I really need to just learn Japanese. I'm so sick of like missing all the good stuff that happens in anime because I'm too busy looking at the words and not paying attention to the animation that people slaved over making. This never
It's
used to bother
crazy.
me, but now it's just like it's enraging. Dubs
That
are
doesn't
bad because they sound terrible, and
that
subs
doesn't
are
bother
bad
me
because
at
I
all.
can't watch anything anymore. And I'm just like, nope. The only answer is to become the ultimate weeb and learn Japanese.
I have never once felt that feeling that you just described ever.
I don't
I
know.
feel like I've had that feeling. I don't think I've ever thought to act on it.
I
It's
just
just
hate
been
it.
sort of like, ah, damn, I didn't really pay attention to what they were doing there because I was reading. Damn. Well, I can't be bothered to go back.
Drives me
Yeah,
crazy.
I don't think I've ever been like, oh, I didn't appreciate the gorgeous visuals because I was reading. Like, it's like, nah, I get the picture. Like, I understand the gist of what I saw without like carefully examining it or whatever. You know,
I don't
it's
want the gist. I want to see the whole thing.
the point of, I don't know, in like a film, right? If there's like a really beautiful shot, like I don't need to be, I don't know, I can get the impression that the shot is meant to give me, even while my eye is kind of directed down at the subtitle.
It's just like it's not even like a legitimate concern. It's just one of those things that I just like realized was happening, and now I just have like this weird autistic fixation on it, and it makes me really angry.
I just it's the same with I would probably rewatch Monben a bunch more. I've probably watched the whole series like twice. Which is a lot for me because with subtitles. If it were not subtitled, if it were in English and I didn't have to read for it,
Right?
I
Would it be cool
probably
if you could
would.
just tab over and just like continue to like absorb
Yeah,
that?
yeah. I probably would have watched it like a dozen times. That's how much I love it. Yeah. I feel like similarly about
Think of all the
Game
Japanese
Center.
podcasts you could listen to. Like a whole world would open up.
I think there might be one or two Monbens that I have not, that are like newly translated, that I have not seen. Actually, I should check on that. They're like hard to find and keep track of because I think it's just like one guy somewhere who is doing the subbing of them, and like,
what a champion.
Yeah, I don't know why he does it. I don't know what he gets out of it. But I'm thankful for his work. Pretty cool. Yeah. Well, shit. That's the last voicemail.
Thank God.
Yeah, we did it.
We made it to the end.
Made it to the top of the mountain.
Hmm.
Well, any final thoughts before we sign out till next time? Oh, wait, I have one thing. I do have one thing. Because this episode will be coming out on Christmas, on Friday.
Oh.
Yeah.
Lamau.
So, I'm gonna post this in the chat. It's timestamped. The song last year, the YouTuber called Tom, no relation, sent in a voicemail, and we listened to it around Christmas time, and it's been taken down. You know the song I'm talking about?
I do not. I don't recall.
Well, I mean, I want us to listen to it.
Okay, I'm clicking on it.
Oh, I remember this.
Should I count down?
The Hatsune Miku sort of,
Yeah.
I already pressed play. I was
Oh,
listening.
right. Yeah, I remember
Okay,
this.
well, I'm gonna count down 3, 2, 1, go.
Yes.
This.
Oh, I love to sit down and relax.
I think it wouldn't be a PCP Christmas without listening to it again.
That makes me on MTV. There is just one problem though. There's one member with no soul. I think we all know who the one I hate is, Ben saying fuck you.
This is the only version of the song that exists anymore because it was removed from Tom's channel for bullying and harassment of me.
No,
That's so
I remember
bullshit.
that. I remember you
No.
saying that somewhat time.
It's tragic, and I tweeted at YouTube saying I like to be bullied. Please let them bully me, and they didn't answer.
Guy's brother is Ben Saint, or a mage's or woman. These are just some surface flaws. I can just move past them all. He's worse than Jeff Blue. Ben Saint, BSJW.
Surely he has the thing. Maybe we could send it to us.
Oh boy. All right, there's more.
This is a masterpiece.
It's so fucking good.
Ben Saint is a little bitch. Every PCP episode is his personal sales pitch. And how good he first all made sick J's. He is worse than the Third Reich. You only hear the stupid bitching through his shitty USB mic. He is cancer incarnate. The inverse of hypocrite with a good hairdo. The one I hate is Ben saying fuck you. You, Ben Saint. Don't believe him when he talks about
It's the whole song.
politics.
Oh, it just keeps going.
The extra level is just off the charts.
If you want to hear the song again now, you have to hear it with Nate laughing in the background.
It doesn't
For
add
an ex-
something to it, to be fair.
It does.
Someone kill him quickly.
Photo edited.
Christ is not slain while he looks like a man-child. It will be too late for us all our innocent defiled. His patrons used for sin to wake his evil within. The end is in full view. Kill Ben Saint before he
Yes.
kills you. You did kill Ben Saint before he kills you.
I've killed Digi, I've killed Nate, I've killed Mage, killed Jesse. You're the only two left.
Oh god, you're right.
You're gonna do them all.
Just pathetic.
I was just procrastinating on killing Ben Saint. Soon it'll be me.
More. I can't get enough. All right, we're fading. Yeah, okay.
Wow,
there
I'm
it is.
feeling the holiday spirit
Wait.
now. Holy shit.
Okay.
Why was that? There it is.
Shut up, procrastinators from the past. I don't want to hear you.
Past procrastinators.
The procrastinators, get them out of here.
Merry fucking Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas, Tom. Other Tom. Tom who made the song, not this Tom.
Yeah,
this
yeah,
guy.
yeah.
The
That guy
fucking
actually
Grinch.
made something, you know.
Merry Christmas for everyone.
And God bless us, everyone.
That's the one.
Good night and Godspeed, you Black Emperor. Sweet dreams. Good. See you in 21.
Before we wrap up, it's Christmas. It's the season of giving. So if you'd like to give to us on this holiday, patreon.com/the procrastinators.
That's
donate
right.
$5 a month where we can give gifts to you in terms of multiple bonus episodes, all of middling quality, some that are actually even kind of good. So
the latest one, I don't know if it's uploaded yet. It might not be, but soon. You can hear me get fucking salty and just bitch about everyone.
so just like this episode and every other one.
Yeah, but even
No,
more.
it was like vicious. Ben Saint Unleashed. That's the bonus
Savage.
episode.
Oh God.
It was too hot. It was too hot for YouTube, so it's in secret YouTube. That's the trick. And send us a voicemail at speakpipe.com/PCP voicemail if you think you can do better than these fucking hacks this week. A low bar to clear. You can do it. I believe in you. Anything else? Are we done?
No.
No.
Never. Not Merry Christmas.
Very
Happy
Christmas.
holiday.
Very, very Hanukkah, every pony. Good.
Happy Hearthswarming Eve.
Happy Hearthswarming Eve. Ah! Unicorn power. Dab, dab, dab.
Earth power, I guess.